But happy to be commentating some Splatoon 8 here, especially my breakout I already mentioned that. Sorry, a little all over the place today, but I'm mainly excited because our first match is on probably one of, if not my favorite map mode rotation in the game, which is Splat Zones on Robo Ramen, which we're going to be getting into right away. There's no time to wait, folks. We're going straight into it right now. We got Pace Chaser right against Valentine Rain here at the start right here. I'm looking forward to some good games, Pat.
Yeah, I believe there's been a mistake. The person in charge of the lobby didn't know who were their teammates, and they got the team wrong. So we're gonna reset. We still have some time, Jack, to talk about how much you love Robo Roman.
Yeah, so I was talking real fast right there, so that was just great.
I didn't have the heart to interrupt you. I knew that was going to happen.
I'm sorry, Fred. I was so excited to be in. I was just like, oh yeah, it's Robo Ramen Zones. You know, I can't wait to see what we got. And it's like, we're going straight into it. No time to breathe. No time to introduce myself.
Yeah, so welcome to Paddling Pro, our European weekly. We're starting with best of 3. It's going to be a short Paddling Pro this week. I think people have been pretty busy with this month, and we only have 15 teams coming to the tournament, which means we could have a short and funny one. So yeah, as you said, we're gonna start with Robo Roman on zones.
Hey, short tournaments are typically never less crazy, especially in this game. I've just come to learn that no matter what happens, Splatoon 3 will just be insane, and I love that. I love that so much. I one of the reasons that I love this specific game and this specific mode is just because of how dynamic it is. I am very biased, as anybody who knows me from IPL or anything would know. I talk about the fact that I'm a Dynamo player a lot, so I love this mode. I love this map so much because it has great verticality, which makes it very good for weapons like rollers and sloshers, especially. But there's also just a lot of different entry points and exit points depending on the mode. In Splat Zone specifically, it's got a wide enough zone that, like, you know, there's good fighting in mid without it being so large that it just is. You never get past the 50s in terms of points. It's a good balance. I feel like it's like one of the most perfect Splat Zones maps that they've ever made. Again, I am totally not biased at all.
Well, I have the bias of a flex player, and this is a map that works whatever weapon you have. Whatever weapon you have, you'll be like, oh, this is a great map for my weapon, and this is what I really love in a map, when the map can enable so many different things. And here we go. We are going to see the actual comps of these players. Lots of speed coming, especially on the side of, I believe it's Valentine Rain?
Yeah, they got an Ink Brush out there as well as some Dapple Dualies. Those two will be able to get into the zone very quickly. But unfortunately, they go down right here. Both skirmishers seemingly taking each other out. Already a Vac out with that new buff. That Vac will do increased damage. But right now, Pace Chasers do have control of the zone. Though it does seem like Valentine Rain's going to be able to take it back real quickly. Some cooler coming out right here. Just, again, trades in the midfield right now. But despite all of the carnage that's happening in the little skirmishes, the mid-offs, as we like to say, Pace Chasers is able to maintain control of zone, counting down to 75 points right here. We're about a minute into the game, and this is just already just real aggressive. That's a second Vac already.
Second Vac, but the zone is still pink. Pace Chaser very much keeping their control. Even when they're at a number disadvantage, they keep control of the zone right now. Labby trying to go in with the Dapples, able to create some space and push Pace Chaser away, but it took so much time for Valentine Rain to cap the zone. Now they finally did it, they finally applied penalty, and it's their turn to score points.
Yeah, I mean, they Pace Chasers were able to hold zone for like so long right there, just properly space out Valentine Rain, because they're a very short range comp. The highest range on there, I think, is the Swiffer. But you know, when you got support like this Vac right here, they're able to move in and get some picks. Already got a bubble and a cooler ready on deck as well. This will allow Valentine Rain to just maintain their advantage right here, which they very much need. It might seem like Pace Chasers is going to take back control right here, but Valentine Rain doing their best, and Pace Chaser does manage to take zone. Lady doing a quick super jump out right now. Love that part of Cooler. It's probably the most underrated part, but you're able to just get in there quickly. Obviously, you'll keep your special if you die, and you have increased movement speed. But I feel like not enough players utilize the quick super jump, which can be used defensively or offensively, like we saw right there. Unfortunately, one member of Valentine Rain goes down. The bubble having to come out right here so Sloshy can do it, but he gets killed in his own bubble. This is not a good spot right now for Valentine Rain. They got 2 down, and once again, the zone flips back to Chasers.
Yeah, the Pace Chasers able to get back onto the zone to maintain that pressure. At some point, it looked like they were in danger, but they were able to respawn so fast, get back into another fight. And right now, we're halfway through the game, and the Pace Chasers not only have the lead, they don't have that much penalty left right now, though the Dapples are running in and punishing the jumps. Huge moves right there by Labby. Incredible play. That's going to give the zone to Valentine Rain, and Swash is going to clean up to the side as well. Very, very nice retake right there. Pace Chasers are back to spawn and back to trying to push in.
There was a little bit of a delayed wipe right there on the side. Once again, another vac. This is like the fourth or third or fourth vac that's come out right here from Nikki.
Yeah.
Already their penalty is gone, and they're about to take back lead. Pace Chasers is trying to get back in there to swap zone back to their side, reestablish the penalty, and they are able to do so. The movement right here, unfortunately, goes down right there to a little bit of a double team by Labby. Just trading right here. Unfortunately, 2 members of Valentine Rain are down, and it is 2 of the slower members of the team, so they need to make sure they hold position. Once again, another vac coming out right here. God, with the buffs that vac has gotten, I feel like it's a new special weapon entirely, and honestly, I'm loving to see some variety right here. Another Inkjet coming out from Blob, gets 1 pick, 1 down on each side. 31 points counting down on Pace Chasers, so they might be able to end this game. We got a 1 minute and 25 seconds left on the clock. This is gonna be a good game right here.
Yeah, it is not over. Pace Chasers trying to hold the zone, but here comes the vac. The vac is not enough. The vac is not enough to cap, and that's a wipeout. Pace Chasers are going to get game number 1, but that was hard fought, Jack.
I love this map so much. It allows for the game to be that dynamic, because that came down to like the last minute of play, and it was back and forth. Pace Chasers did have the early lead, but we saw Valentine Rain was able.
Yeah, we
survivability and consistency that Pace Chasers seemingly were able to pick. They were always picking team fights. Even if like 2 of them went down, they were quick to retreat. They didn't ever wipe out, unlike Valentine Rain right there at the end, though there was a bit of a delayed wipe on. Yeah. It was just a good, like, consistent match. And hey, props to Valentine Rain as well. They put up a fight. I love seeing aggressive comps in this game, and this is a more unique one that I haven't seen. And as I mentioned, I'm very happy to see Vac getting some play after the recent buffs, because it feels like it's so much more fun now.
I mean, it's so much fun, but it was not enough to cap the zone.
No.
Having a special that's kind of slow and is not able to get you the zone was kind of what sealed the deal in favor of the Pace Chasers right there. But Valentine Rain, a bit too much struggling to get that zone when they needed to, whereas the Pace Chasers, they were running forward, running in. When they needed to paint that zone, they would paint that zone, and that's what gave them the victory. Now, going into Clan Blitz, I guess staying alive is more valuable when you want to keep your clans, which could give a bit of an edge to Valentine Rain.
I can agree with that. Survivability is a big thing, especially here on Inkblot. Inkblot's a very, I find it a very interesting blitz map, because typically it is like you go in through that main ramp, but off to the side, if you can get behind on those little, I can't remember the specific call out right now, fake.
Yeah.
You're able to keep like consistent super jumps coming. You can keep that basket open, so it can be a very defensive map, but it can very much be an offensive map too. Excuse me.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, it's, as you said, there's again a lot that can be done, and of course in Clan Blitz you have that flank that can allow you to get behind basket. You have to look out for that, and I mean, it's also a map mode that really gives a lot to bombs if you're able to move your opponent as they're trying to defend. That's pretty much the way to to get under the basket. You need to force your opponent to dance around the bombs before you can get in. But let's get right in the game, see how it's about to go. On the side of Valentine Rain, we have a pencil coming, and the Dapples and Brush are still coming back. On the other side for the Pace Chasers.
A similar looking comp from Pace Changers. I don't really see too much changing. We got a Zappagal, the new Stringer, as well as a classic Wiper right here. Some early skirmishing going out here, just trying to establish some board pressure and establish some clams. One down on either side. These two teams love having like a mid off that results in both parties dying in the first 10 seconds. Again, it's just consistent numbers here. It's just a 2v2 now, back up to 3v3 right here. Right now, Economy is in the favor of Pace Chasers as they have a super claim and are looking to try to make their way out. Those missiles doing a good job of getting them back into their base. However, as Valentine Rain looks to reestablish themselves, this pencil trying to get good position up here, maybe target down the Jet in as well as any stragglers. Unfortunately, that Jet is going to be able to get a pick, but that Rush is able to run in and get the pop. I don't know if the rest of the team will be able to make it in, as it looks like Pace Chasers has been able to score them out, which honestly might hurt them in the long time. That Reef might answer it though, but it looks like that basket is going to close with only the super going in.
Oh, and right now it's 3 down onto the Pace Chasers. Valentine Rain able to retake control of the basket area, but this time they don't have any clams, Jack. They took full control, but they're still waiting for a super clam for a way to open that basket. Pace Chasers, they have the time to establish their defense, and right now they're ready to punish. That's going to be another opening of the basket, but I don't think there's going to be much more points for Valentine Rain. For the second time in a row, Valentine Rain is able to get into the basket, but not able to get that much. And right now,
with a hope and a prayer, and somehow succeeding. They were able to get a few more clams down right there. And once again, it seems like they're just doing their best to stop Pace Chasers from getting in. But unfortunately, they're able to break through, taking down their pencil right here and getting away behind. That all allows them to have great positioning right here as they take lead all the way going down to 56 clams. They got more clams coming in right now. Make that down to 50, 47. Their clam carrier goes down right here. That's 2 down on the side of Pace Chasers. Valentine Rain needs to do a good job pushing them out. That's 3 down. It looks like, how the heck did they get it down to 24? What? Right there, Pat.
The pity clam, Jack. The Zap went back to get the pity clam and super jumped onto the gal to get the extra 20 points right there. Pace Chasers showing us what a big push can do. And now Valentine Rain. All the tiny points that they've gotten, they don't look that good. They need that one big push if they want to come back in this game. Swashy forced to jump out, being able to save that super clam is very, very important right now. Valentine Rain just licking their wound, trying to find another way in. It looks like they have someone on the platform 2 down. They have a lot of clams this time. This could be a push.
They saw the rush coming in. They're like, no, not this time. And they threw up a wall. But they got 2 super clams coming in right here. That'll get them all the way down to 37. They have enough clams right here to potentially take lead. Or they have enough on the map. Another pity clam is picked up right here. And with Cooler, as we've seen with the other few jumps, they should be able to get in it, but unfortunately it looks like their timing was just a bit off. They choose to hold the pity clam, just to wait it out, which is good. 2v2 on either side right here. A Jet coming out on the side of Pace Chasers, trying to get some picks. One member just stuck, jumps out, smart right there, trying to go around to where the Jet is waiting. Unfortunately gets picked off by a teammate, and a Cooler is ready. Pace Chaser has a lot of momentum right now, but not a lot of eco. They need to get some clams on the board. They have lead, but with all the eco and just the speed Valentine Rain has, they're going to need a bit more than that. I think they need to shut this game out before Valentine Rain gets a chance to get back in there.
Yeah, I mean, the lead is not that big, the penalty is not that big, and Valentine Rain has shown time and again that they're able to push in, that they're able to go forward right now. The Pace Chasers trying to maintain the pressure, and there's a lot of blue on the map, but there's already a lot of clams in Valentine Rain's pocket right now. Valentine Rain going under the basket, getting the splats that they need. They're gonna get in right there. All they need is to open the basket, and they're close to the lead.
I thought he missed right there. I'm going to be so real, but they managed to take lead right there, getting down to 12 points. They have a chance to secure the win right here. 4 clams. I don't know what that guy's doing. Maybe some lag. Goes down to 6 points. They got the pity clam picked up by Blob right here. If they're able to keep the rest of Valentine Rain out, which looks like they might be able to do, there still is a chance. Overtime is most likely going to go into effect unless Valentine Rain is able to get back in there. Labby able to get a pick. Make that 2. Make that 3. This is the thing. This is what Valentine Rain needs right here. They just need to hold him back. The clam carrier on Pace Chasers is down. Second one jumps in, tries to save the clam. They do, but unfortunately goes down. Overtime going into effect right here, but I don't think there's any way that Pace Chasers can get in.
Well, the Gal is trying. They're getting in, but yeah, that's going to be a hard punish. Nice defense right there by Valentine Rain, able to get the control. And I feel like Pace Chasers had a bit of trouble staying in the lobby. The Gal was pretty laggy, it seems, but I mean, that's a 1-1. That was a very, very nice game by Valentine. I mean, Pace Chasers, they got that one big push, but Valentine Rain had control for most of the game.
The solo missile at the end there was so disrespectful. I didn't want to interrupt you, but that was just, I saw 12 missiles leaving the air towards it, and I was like, wow. but yeah, like you said, just the speed that Valentine Rain had with this comp was just really suited for a map like this. They were just able to get in, and even at the beginning, if their initial pushes weren't able to secure mini clams, it allowed them to keep control of the map for the most part and not let Pace Chasers in a lot. And Pace...
Yeah.
Bounce back out and then just consistently break back past Pace Chasers' defenses and get in there, eventually securing themselves the win.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, Valentine Rain very much. I mean, they took control of this. They managed to win more fights. They managed to get under the basket more often, and in the end, they had smaller pushes, but they had more pushes. And Pace Chasers were not able to match the presence that Valentine Raid had, which means we're going to go to the tiebreaker, Jack, which is going to be a Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway.
This is a really interesting match and a good way to end this set, because this is a very technical map, I feel, especially on this map, especially on this mode. Because your two main choices are, you know, the death trap that is the two death traps, either the extremely long hallway in the opponent's right side, or the straight plunge right towards their spawn on the left. Either way, it's just gonna be there's gonna be so much spilled ink on the ground. It's gonna be a bloodbath right here. But I am looking forward to it because I love the technical skill that we've seen from these players, and I very much think they'll give us a treat on this. I want to comment on something that we mentioned in the first game, but I saw a lot more of this second game, which was just the amount of super jumping, and not just super jumping in, which is something you see in every level of play, but also super jumping out, specifically with that super clam, needing to get the super clam in as fast as possible thanks to the assistance of Cooler. It was just very consistent on both teams, but specifically for Valentine Rain right there, they were just able to make such great usage of that.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, like these, it's very much a game of knowing when to get in and when to get out, and both are very, very important right now. Okay, I'm getting notified that the player on Pace Chasers with the net issue is restarting their router, so we'll have a bit of time before the game starts, but we should have a more stable game for this tiebreaker.
That'll be good. We want to make sure the tiebreaker is a true test of skill right now, because these teams have been pretty evenly matched right now. We don't want the set to end on a bit of an anticlimactic note of being won due to some internet issues, because I always hate when that happens in tournament, because it just feels, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah,
on everybody's side.
You want to win and to fight fair and square. Okay, right now we have everybody in the room. We're in weapon select, so we should start the game real soon. As you said, there are two paths onto the goal, each with their checkpoint. Hey, you can get a very quick checkpoint if you go to the right, and that's a thing that a lot of teams forget. That checkpoint is very, very good if all you need is the checkpoint.
I mean, hey, sometimes on this map, that's what you need because of how long the map is, and like specifically vertically in the sense of like trying to get towards mid and maneuver around it once you pick up Rainmaker. But even on the side, if you do decide to go to the long pathway on the right side, that's just a like long narrow kill box for the most part on either side, because the Rainmaker can do devastating damage to the defending team, but the attackers can just bomb them out right there, and there's not much movement. But if we're going into tiebreaker game right here, hey, I'm Pat. This has been a great start, and I'm looking forward to see how it ends.
Yeah, well, same comp is being brought by Valentine's Reign, but this time it's Pace Changers, kind of changing things. Blob bringing a Wellstring to have a bit more object damage, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like they were able to secure Pop right there, but unfortunately their skirmisher right here goes down, immediately matched by Valentine Rain. It's good to see some things never change regardless of the map mode. Just vying for control of mid right here right now. Pace Chasers does have the pace advantage, but unfortunately they just keep losing members right there as 2 members go down. A third about to be picked up. Valentine Rain does now have control of the Rainmaker, looking to head towards that left side right here, making just a...
Yeah, and right now Swashi waiting for the right opportunity.
Down real quick right there.
Yeah, and the fight is still raging. That's 3 down. Swashi is going to go down as well. That's a wipeout in favor of the Pace Chasers. The Pace Chasers are gonna grab the Rainmaker. They already have the path painted, but Blob is very patient, waiting for a better opportunity. They want to get that checkpoint, and they're going to get it.
A good 60-point lead right there. Unfortunately, Valentine Rain wasn't able to make much with their push, but with most members of Pace Chasers down, they got to do their best to get in there. Immediate swipe from the Splatana on Landia. It's like, hey, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. Right now, just both sides trying to make sure they get control of mid. Good Reef Slider right there just to shut down any attempts at the Rainmaker. Hammer Throw going to force the Rainmaker forward right here, and I think that might be a kill, but Rainmaker is doing a good job of just staying back. That might be able to get them the checkpoint. It does. And with 2 members down on the side of Pace Chasers, this might be a good opportunity to push forward. They'll at least be able to get lead right here, assuming they don't immediately get popped, but they do have that 1 point of lead. And hey, at the end of the day, that's all it comes down to right here. Stamp coming in, unfortunately dies to the Splatana. 3 down on the side of Pacemakers though, and my favorite thing in Rainmaker, just at the end of things, is if the rest of your team is dead, just pick it up and run.
Exactly. I mean, that's a few extra points that could help for Valentine Rain right now. They have the lead. Now what can they do with it? And they're defending pretty well. Very nice control right there. Pace Chasers are forced to wait for the rest of the team. Blom trying to run with the Rainmaker. That's not going to work.
Yeah, I got cornered right there. That's a real easy kill zone to get trapped into off to the side of mid right there. Pace Chasers need to get more pain on the ground. They need to be able to stop Valentine Rain from getting in and establish a offensive of their own, because just with how much paint and speed Valentine Rain has got on the floor, once they get moving, you can't really stop them. Hammer Throw unfortunately misses right there. 2 down on the side of Pace Chasers. Another stamp about to come out. Throw misses yet again. Double stamp comp is fun to see. How effective it is still to be tested, but right now it's 2 down on the side of Valentine Rain, so they need to push in here. They got the pop on the Rainmaker, and with Cooler out, this is the perfect time to push.
Yeah, and Pace Chasers right now have the Rainmaker in hand. They know where they want to go. They know how to get there right now. The Gao dancing their way forward, only getting a trade. Though there's tacticalers for both teams. They'll be back very soon. Oh, we're very close to a lead right there. This is where the few points by Valentine Rain could be everything or nothing right now. Blob still very patient, waiting for the team. Dodging the hammer. Very, very nice dodge, but the brush is still around, ready to end it with the main weapon. That's a wipeout, and that's a huge wipeout. That tiny, tiny lead by Valentine Rain is holding, Jack.
It's holding fast right there. The pressure from that pencil just stopping Pace Chasers from getting in right there. You could not push past their tacticooler right there, because the pencil will just immediately pop that Rainmaker if they dared step foot around it, and that just allowed the rest of Valentine Rain to respawn and just pick him up. Rush right here trying to come in, but unfortunately gets picked off right there by the Stringer. Well-placed shots. Swashy right here, just keeping pressure on the bubble, trying not to let any of Pace Chasers pick it up. Has to fall back right here, but gets a kill. Not holding ground while still falling back to what's needed. You don't want to stay in one area for too long. I love the spacing that we're seeing from both of these teams. They know when to pick a fight and when to run. I love high-level Splatoon like this. This is going to be a good closing. We got 25 seconds left on the clock. This could go either way right now.
Oh, the Duke! The right side attack just to get the lead. That's all the points they needed. With 15 seconds left, they got the lead. Pace Chasers are now, all they need to do is defend, and Valentine Rain, they're put in the situation that Pace Chasers were put on the Clam Blitz now. They need the comeback, they need the overtime comeback, and they don't have much time. The Rainmaker is grabbed by the pencil. They won't have Tacticooler, and that's going to be game for the Pace Chasers. Beautiful push at the end.
Absolutely beautiful. I saw the slow approach of the torpedo, like death itself reaching for the Rainmaker carrier, and I was like, this is the end. It's now secure the win 2-1 for Pace Chasers. That was the best way to end the first set. Gosh, I will say, most of my time commentating so far in competitive Splatoon, it's been a lot of 2-0s. The games have been close, but for the most part, it's been 2-0s. That was a good back and forth game, and it came down to the wire at every turn, and I loved it.
Yeah, well, welcome to Paddling Pool. This was only round number 1. We'll be back with more rounds very soon after this break. And welcome back to Paddling Pool 337. I am still Pat with Jack here, ready to watch some more action, and it's going to be Bikini Bot Drop going against LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell. Still in the best of 3 because we're very early in the tournament. It's only round number 2 now. We're going to start with the classic of Splatoon 3. It's going to be Hagglefish Market for a good old game of Splat Zones.
What I have heard referred to as the final destination of Splatoon, and I find myself agreeing with that more and more as the days progress. I still love this map, absolutely. It's one of the maps that I have the most fond memories on, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing after that first set. I'm looking forward to seeing what these two teams cook up right here. Looking at Bikini Bot Drop right now, I'm seeing just some standard Splatoon stuff, some cooler placement. I got no clue what that guy runs. He didn't put anything. Some Splatling players, let's go. Always love to see some of those, and also no clue for that person. So we got two unknowns, a support line and a Splatling, which in my mind it just means we're gonna see a versatile comp out there.
Hey, we're about to know. Let's see what the comps are on the side of Bikini. I mean, we have a Splatling indeed. LeBron and the Lakers, a bit more classic comp, but I mean, I feel like we have 8 of the most played weapons in Splatoon in front of us right now.
All right, let's see. We got a pencil, we got a head-it, we got an S-Blast, a Stamper, the new Forge. Yep. Yeah, this is seeming like one side is a very classic Splatoon 3 comp. 2 down on either side right here already. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you know what? We'll talk about comps later. Right now, the match isn't gonna wait for us, and the players shouldn't expect to. Already so much carnage. 2 down on either side. Bikini Bot Drop takes control right here. Unfortunately, their S-Blast goes down. The Zuka narrowly missing the jump right in, and it looks like LeBron and the Lakers might be able to take control before Bikini Bot Drop is able to take lead. They do, and right now it's just I am so confused right now, Pat.
I mean, we have two teams still fighting over that zone. Neither team really able to go forward enough. But the paint is going to go back to Bikini Bot Drop. Proto with the shot is going to be punished on the zone right now. It's a 4v2 for Bikini, who are going to move forward now. Can they get themselves ahead of the zone? Yes, with that splat on the pencil. They're now way forward, forcing the jumps out, and that's on LeBron and the Lakers to really assemble a big push.
So Zuka shots in some 10 missiles right here, hoping to disperse and maybe get some kills. They do manage to pick off the Stamper. That'll hopefully give them the momentum they need to push back in right here. A Booyah Bomb gonna send their player on the left side off a bit, but it doesn't do too much. A Crab coming out. Crab battle right now. And we just see LeBron and the Lakers able to looking like they're taking back control of mid. A flank coming out from the side of Hanyon right here. Able to get one pick as just delay LeBron from getting control. Bikini still manages to hold zone right here, 3-on-3 on either side. We're going into 3 minutes right here with only 35 points left for Bikini Bot Drop. LeBron needs to get some specialists if they want to break back out there.
Yeah, and they're able to get some splats at least now with the Zuka. They're moving everybody around. Can they paint enough to apply penalty? Yes, they are still in this game. Bikini Bot Drop now trying to find the answer, but they only can get trades right there. Both teams are still back to fighting above the zone. Whoever is going to win this next fight will have the advantage, and it looks like LeBron are the one going in with a delayed wipe. They're gonna take control.
Yeah, right now, and this is what they need right here because they got a massive gap to take up right here. Still plenty of time to do it with 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock right here. We see they are holding on to specials right now. Got a Zuka and a Tenna Missile ready to go for when it seems like Bikini Bot Drop is trying to push back out. Zuka managed to take one, but unfortunately 2 go down right here. Missiles trying to scatter the rest. Booyah Bomb might be able to take back control for Bikini Bot Drop right here. 3v2.
That's so close right there. Bikini Bot Drop retaking the zone, keeping their lead right now, Zach, and forcing LeBron to jump away to just let them take the space. But LeBron and the Lakers are still fighting for the zone, taking control. And with an extra splat, no, it's still trade after trade. Can LeBron keep the zone?
The crowd pressure right here is a good for painting zone, as well as just pushing pushing LeBron and the Lakers back. Zone flips for a moment, but not enough to get a penalty on the side of Bikini Bottom to reset that. It's just back and forth right here. We got a minute and 10 seconds left on the clock right now. Bikini Bottom in control. A massive penalty, but they got lead. They just need to hold it right now. Just keep picking off the rest of LeBron and the Lakers. Yeah. One down on the side of Bikini Bottom right now. I'll make that 2. It seems like this is the momentum that they need. 3 down from the pencil. Pencil's on a killing spree. Delayed wipeout on the for Bikini Bottom.
I mean, the Lakers right now, in the last minutes, are on their way to get the lead. And with that crab tank on top of the tent, they are in such a strong position. Bikini Bottom, who had so much control throughout these games, are now struggling to move in to get onto the zone. The lead is taken, and Bikini Bottom, only the Zcaster is there to paint. Everybody else is here. Okay, they're able to get the zone, but with 20 seconds left, they're gonna need an overtime victory, and they haven't pushed the Lakers out yet.
Another flank coming out from the side. I've seen this splash. Unfortunately,
it's all in the hands
doing
of
their
the
best to hold position. They managed to stop. Unfortunately, that'll be a wipeout. LeBron and the Lakers will be able to take this game 1-0 for the side of LeBron and the Lakers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, that was another tense game, Jack. We had a lot of back and forth, and Bikini Bottom were able to keep the lead for so long. But the second LeBron and the Lakers were able to get their turn really on the zone to really push Bikini Bottom, it was their game from then on.
Yeah, it just a constant pressure, a constant pressure on the side of both teams right there. Keeney, I'm still reeling, Pat. Just give me a moment. I saw like 18 Zukas out there that game, and there was just so much going on. The Booyah Bombs were good for trying to disperse the team, but unfortunately, on a weird, just with that big barrier in the middle right there, it wasn't able to paint as much as I feel like Bikini Bottom may have wanted at the end. We'll see how. Maybe comps will change as we go into round 2, which will be Clam Blitz on Museum Dolphoncino. I mean, hey, we said Inkblot is a really interesting clams map. This is, I feel like, the most interesting clams map in the game. Not because it's, like, incredibly dynamic. It is. I just feel like it's always, like, a fight. Like, it is... This is a battlefield right here. Since the beginning of this series at Splatoon 1, this has been a battlefield, and I feel like Clam Blitz is one of the best modes for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's again the kind of map where you have these 3 battlefields. You have that wide mid where you have these fights for control of the base of the map, and then of course the 2 platforms with the spinners where you have to go through if you want to establish yourself near the basket. Of course, you're not forced to go through if you only need to get under the basket fast. There's this tiny jump that allows you to sneak a super clam in, but like if you want something sustained, you're going to have to win that big fight under the basket. We'll see how these 2 teams are able to do. And I mean, we've seen both of these teams have map control, win fights. Now we're going to see them with a bit more elevation to have to fight around a bit more ledges. We'll see who is able to do better. All right, and
it was like their ability to hold space. The game will probably be getting going shortly right here. I'm not expecting too much of a comp change. Both of their comps were looking particularly were very suited for a lot of modes. There might be a change to a more mobile weapon. I mean, hey, we made see a brush. We saw it in the first set. A match point for one team right here. I am looking forward to a good game. Seeing off. No change, seemingly not much change at all. It's just swapping to the new custom a new Jet Squelcher right there. That'll be helpful with
Yeah.
that splashdown. Very useful for pushes as well as defensive. Very long range, but also aggressive comp on the side of LeBron and the Lakers as they have much more paint advantage, as we can see right here. They've already captured most of mid, as well as they have the lead in eco right now. This is just a good, like, trying to establish themselves. Zuka trying to get some shots off. Counterfire, unfortunately, neither. One pick right here from Bikini Bottrop. Immediately answer. 2 down on either side. Most of the clams are gone, except for LeBron and the Lakers. That bubble is just a hot spot right now. 3 down on the side of Bikini Bottrop. They are moving in, and they're going to be moving in fast right here.
Yep. I mean, they are riding the momentum they got at the end of the previous game right now. They're opening the basket, and they're still scoring a bit more. Bikini Bottrop forced to defend in a very early in the game already. 68 points remaining, and there's still a few more clams to be scored, maybe 59. And Dragon is hiding. They don't know that Dragon's here. Dragon is going to get a free splat on the pencil. That is huge right there. That's going to slow down Bikini Bottrop, especially since Dragon is still dancing around, forcing everybody to look back. The rest of the team.
Am I watching a Sharking Roller player, or am I watching a Jet Squelcher? What was that? I have never seen such play, and honestly, it was inspiring. It allowed LeBron and the Lakers to have enough time to just gain more clams right here. They have a super, but it seems like their advance is going to be cut short right here, and they retreat. Bikini Bottrop need to get some paint on the ground. They have so much green paint in their base, and come time LeBron and the Lakers counter offense, that'll only work against them. Right now, they're just trying to reestablish control of the thing. The range on that Jet Squelcher, able to pick off the headed. 2 down on the side of LeBron and the Lakers. This Zipcaster is going to end right here. They have so many clams. They need to make a good push right here.
Hey, we're used to seeing a Jet Squelcher as a backline weapon. Here we're seeing it as an aggro, and it's working pretty well in the hands of Dragon right now. A huge Zuka to absolutely stop the push, and the barrier was open by the
S-Blast snuck in. The S-Blast snuck into Bikini Bottrop's base and gave a jump. Oh my gosh! And that just completely shuts down Bikini Bottrop's offensive and allows LeBron and the Lakers to just maintain their offense with that bubble. This is some like absolutely incredible plays right there. Beautiful splashdown pacing. I am watching some masterful play. It is like I am watching Picasso work on a masterpiece right in front of me, Pat.
They are dancing, they are everywhere, not stopping, and Bikini Bottrop are running in circles, trying to find their way back into the game. The barrier is going to stop, finally. The basket is going to close, but that was, I mean, LeBron almost kept that basket open. Bikini Bottrop stuck in defense mode, 2 minutes left in the game, and it's been all LeBron so far.
Dude, the bomb placement from both teams right here. Aggressive cooler placement. I was about to say maybe that wasn't the best, but hey, the Headed was able to somehow hold it down for the rest of the team to get back. And now they have an offensive with the might of a Zipcaster and a cooler behind them. One member does go down right here. LeBron and the Lakers doing their best to just hold back the defense, and they're able to shut down what it looks like. This bubble will be great for establishing, just holding this area. It forces them back into mid, and it seems like their Super Clam's going to go away right here. Headed trying to get some picks, unable to secure any. They've managed to reestablish a lot of their eco, but unfortunately 2 go down.
Oh, that's pretty rough for Bikini Bottrop. That could have been a push, but LeBron simply won the fight, shut it down, and with 1 minute left, LeBron are back to painting around, preparing the next attack, and look at that, they're waiting. They know that block could give them a way in. 7 clams and a big bubbler. All they need is an extra clam, and they could open that basket right now. Bikini Bottrop defending as much as they can. The Zuka is going to find something to splat, but I mean, with 30 seconds left in the game, Jack, it's going to be rough for Bikini Bottrop.
Hey, I've seen larger comebacks in Clam Blitz, especially on this map, okay? As my friend, as my former teammate Ashlyn once said, there's no way they can get enough clams in time, and then they did. It's very possible, but it looks like LeBron and the Lakers are able to shut it down. That super clam in mid is probably dead in the water. They still do have their pity clam, but all of Bikini Bottrop's eco is gone. I mean, hey, I was saying there's always hope, but now it's looking like I'm agreeing with you. There is always a chance, especially, but they need to get all the way through all this green paint and in mid and secure an offensive. As overtime starts right
Oh.
here, it'll be close. That's 3 down, and I
Yeah.
think this is going to secure the game. LeBron and the Lakers are going to go up 2-0 and take this set.
Yeah,
I called it a bit early, but I think it's like, it was a bit anticlimactic, like right there. It didn't like end it on that grandiose speech.
Sometimes it's done, and that was done. I mean, Bikini Batra played well, but they're going to go to the lower bracket. Meanwhile, LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell will move forward in this paddling pool. Our next set is going to be the winner's semi. And we're going to see more of LeBron and the Lakers. This time they will be against France right after this short break.
do?
What?
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Wait, we're live?
Ah! Yeah, sorry, folks. It was Wordle time. Hi, friends. We're back here. I'm Jolteon Jack. That's Pat over there as we're getting into our semifinals right now. My mic!
Yeah, semifinals. We only have 4 teams left in this upper bracket, and it's going to be Bikini Bottrop. No, it's not Bikini Bottrop. It's going to be LeBron and the Lakers Placel going against France this time. And yeah, we're getting ready as it is the semifinals. It's going to be a best of 5 this time, and we'll start with Hagglefish Mass Market, but this time on Tower Control, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, hey, this is probably, again, I mentioned that Zones, Ramen is one of, if not my favorite map mode in the game. This and Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker are like contesting it for my favorite map mode in the game. This one, this is, I feel like, the best mode on Hagglefish is Tower. I love the back and forth on this map, but it's especially on Tower. It just, it feels nice, but like with the aggression that and consistency we saw from a team like LeBron and the Lakers, I'm wondering how back and forth it will be. Franz here is going to have to put up a good fight. We're about to go into game 1 right here, folks, and I hope you're as excited as I am.
Yeah, and I mean, France has been very, very strong. They are seed number 2, I believe. Very much look out for them because they are coming in pretty strong with I mean, France, that's what they like to run. Their shortest weapon is the Nautilus, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if it's the Nautilus or the Pro.
Yeah, no, that's a long-range comp. A very similar combo on the side of LeBron and the Lakers. Already Azuka coming out right here, but one of their skirmishers is already down. Tenta is going to disperse the rest of them. France just worming their way in. 2 down on their side right though. They're going to have to retreat right here. Make sure they pick up that cooler. We can't afford any more losses. This should allow LeBron and the Lakers to get a good, consistent start. Some Tenta missiles to come out right here. This is the beginning of the steady approach, I feel.
Yeah, right now the Lakers are almost reached the checkpoint, but now all of France is there to defend. They already lost their pencil. Oh, the Lakers are not stopping and getting splat after splat. Now they are on that checkpoint. There's nobody to stop them. Now they have the Tacticooler. This is looking incredibly well. They have so much momentum, Jack.
That they do some Tenta missiles coming out right here to hoping to disperse, and like it does disperse the rest of the team, but it also gets so much paint in there. There's so much blue in France's base right here. They are able to push the rest of LeBron and the Lakers out right there. There's 2 down on their side. This is the perfect time. Inkstorm coming out as well as a Booyah Bomb will allow them to just get a necessary paint needed for a push, because as there's such long-range weapons, and with some weapons that are maybe not suited for painting directly next to you, like a Blaster and a Pro, you need to be able to have specialists to support that, and the Booyah Bomb and a Inkstorm will definitely do that. They've already made it to checkpoint and are about to be through it right there. There's 1 down on the side of the Lakers. They're rounding close to be able to take lead right here, but unfortunately those Tenta missiles are going to put them all. And it looks like they will take lead right there. That Booyah Bomb's pushing it out. Dragon able to get 1, but goes down immediately. 2 down on the side of LeBron and the Lakers. Make it 3. It's just Proto right here. Trying to build for special. Falls back real quick. They have the Zuka. They need to get the shot. Can they do it right here?
Well, they're on the final checkpoint, but it's 3 players down. The Lakers able to defend, able to save it. That checkpoint is not going to be broken, but now it's going to be pretty rough for them. They need a big push if they want to come back in this game. I mean, the second checkpoint is usually the one that decides how the game's going to go.
I mean, hey, we saw how aggressive they can be in that last set, but if 1 goes down right here at the start of this push, that's not what they need. This Crab Tank about to get shredded right there. Dragon falling down, able to get the pick off to the side. Hopefully going to be able to jump back onto the tower. It does start to move back again, but they are able to secure it. That's 3 down on the side of France. This is exactly what they need. Proto pushing. They are managed to get the pick on that thing. Quick squid bag movement, tactical squid bag to avoid getting shot.
Yeah.
Bazooka, point blank, unfortunately misses the S-Blast. A bit of a mid-off right here. They make it to the second checkpoint, but now it is the pressure from France. Just all of that range, all of that firepower onto that tower. They do force it back, making LeBron and the Lakers lose the checkpoint. With one down on either side, this is still anyone's game. We got a minute and 45 left on the clock.
Yeah, and right now, France has 2 players down as the Lakers are pushing once again. I mean, the momentum is there. They're going to get to that second checkpoint. Both of these teams are pushing so hard, are getting in so strongly right now. It's 3 down. Proto is the last one. Nice defense by France, able to win the fight, able to stop the Lakers from getting the checkpoint, going into the last minute, Jolty and Jack. It's looking pretty nice for France.
It is. They've got a consistent lead. One down on either side right here. Stop, as you mentioned, that second checkpoint is crucial, and stopping the Lakers from getting in is very much needed. Again, just mid-offs right here. One down on either side. That crab wasted. Now down on the side. They got an ink storm about to pull out. LeBron and the Lakers need that lifeline. That is that cooler right here. Because here come France. The storm that is approaching with their offense right here. The might. Ash again just holding down this tower. The pencil off does not get to occur as the rest of the team is quick to punish it. Unfortunately, a quick little flank right there is able to pick off 2. Ryder able to reestablish control for the rest of this team. There might be somebody in base. It looks like not. They've jumped back or either fell off the map. 3 locked in on the Tina missiles right there. That'll allow LeBron and the Lakers to get some time to make it back in there. One down on either side. This is going to come down to the wire. Missiles coming out. There, you are going to get off that tower. I swear you will. It all comes down to anything can do it, but there's 3 down on France's side.
Yeah, a wipeout right before they get to the second checkpoint. We are in overtime. France doesn't need much, but everything is going wrong for them right now. The Lakers pushing in so strongly up past the checkpoint, are running to the final one. They only need to stay on the tower just a tiny bit longer, and they take the lead. What a comeback!
Never can count out LeBron, as everybody in the world, but especially us here in the U.S. knows. Oh my gosh, that push at the end there was masterful. Lovely bombs, lovely specials, the perfect amount of poking damage, just able to constantly damage the rest of France. That wipeout at the end there was crucial to secure LeBron's victory, as it just gave them the momentum they need. Not just like the physical in-game momentum of the entire enemy team being down, but the mental that they were down the entire game, but now there's the chance and they're gonna take it, and they were able to secure the victory right here, going up 1-0 in this set.
I mean, France had it, and it feels like they kind of panicked in that final push, in that overtime. They were not solid. They wanted to be the one to take the final shot, and they came down one by one. Incredible play by LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell. I mean, that's what you need if you want to win games here in winner semis of Paddling Pool.
You need the skill, but more than that, you need the headspace. And both teams look like they had it, but at the end there, France just lost their momentum, lost their head maybe a bit. But we'll see if they can get it back, as we're heading back to a familiar face from last set, which is going to be Clams on Museum Dolphonsino. We just saw the Lakers on this map. It'll be interesting to see them on it again.
Yeah, we know they like chaos. We know they like to play on here because they like to go all around. But this is a map mode that both teams have put on their list, that both teams want to play on. And I mean, we've seen France have control for most of the previous game. We'll see if they're able to do that again, and if they're able to prevent the comeback. No change in terms of comp for France. Meanwhile, the Lakers are going to bring back that aggro Jet Squelcher.
I wonder if this team will fall for the sharking Jet Squelcher like the last one did. I certainly did, as we already see them taking a very aggressive position off to the left right here. Gets a little pincered right there and is forced to seemingly retreat. There's already 2 down on the side of France. This is looking to be a good start. They got so much eco on the table right here, over, I believe, 20 points worth of clams. This is going to be absolutely amazing. Zuka coming out right here. They got so much special. They got so much paint on the ground. This is the time to move.
Yeah, and right now, game of positions right now between the two teams. The Lakers have a lot of clams, but they're still trying to find a way in. 2 down onto France. It looks like the Lakers are going forward and getting more and more. Can they open the basket? But they lost a few too many players. They lost both of their super clams.
Both teams are just doing their best to just try to stay alive, keep going down to 2 members either way. Booyah Bomb right here trying to pick off Dragon. They bait out that splashdown. That'll stop, but it isn't enough to save the super claim, but it is enough to maybe hold the Lakers' positioning right here as they are able to generate another one. Throwing it up there. Great usage of teamwork right there. Able to toss it to a teammate who has a better positioning to break the basket. But can the rest of the team get in there? Because they're all down by ramp. It looks like the rest of France will be able to push them out. They need to get some paint on the ground, though. With how fast the Lakers are able to go in, with how much paint their comp is able to output, France needs to do a good job of picking off their teammates, which they're able to do right there. 2 down. Exactly. Hey, I call it like I see it. This is what they need right now. They got a cooler. They got some paint on the ground. They need to hold it. That Inkstorm will be a great help. France needs to take the most out of this opportunity and get in there. 3 on the 10 missiles. It's time to push.
Yeah, I mean, France, they've struggled so far in this game, but they've also been very solid, and now they have a super clam. They have a way forward, but the nice defense of the platform by the Lakers right now. As I say that, 2 down onto the Lakers. Ali is eyeing that basket with the super clam. All of France is ready to go in. They had the player under. They didn't jump in. They want the sustained push. Right now they lost their backline, but they opened the basket and they're going to take the lead.
Hey, the 1 clam is all you need in order to take lead, and they'll take it right there. The rest of their offense does fall away. The last super clam jumping out right there, smart. I wonder if they hesitated maybe a bit too long, but to be fair, they were not able to get past right there. Despite, that's 3 down on the side of LeBron and the Lakers. Making 1 down as well. Dragon just right here waiting. Doesn't have the splashdown, but frankly doesn't need it as they're able to get 1. Are they able to get 2? They do. They trade 2 down. This might put a stop to France's little push right here. They are able to recover some clams, but once again, Eco is back into neutral right now. Both teams are just vying for control of mid, but with 2 minutes left on the clock, it's now LeBron who has to reestablish control of the midfield. Booyah Bomb coming out right here. Unfortunately, its target got taken down already.
Hey, right now, France, they have a 3 points lead. They have a 1 clam lead, but they're holding decent. Oh, wait, no, they're not holding at all. Dragon is getting the splats and is forcing all of France to be on the defensive. Again, now we've seen them defend pretty solidly. Can they stop the Lakers from going in?
That Inkstorm needs to be big right now. LeBron and the Lakers have so much paint on the ground. They need to use this storm to their advantage. They managed to pick off 1, maybe push back. That's 2 down. They're pushing back towards the other Super Clam carrier. This is exactly what they need. Dragon trying to flank around does get the kill. They got all able to hold. They die as well. It's once again just back to vying control of mid. There's only a minute left on the clock, and despite the amount of eco that LeBron and the Lakers have on their side, they are not able to get past Fran's defense. Mind you, Fran is in a desperate situation right here. If they falter for even a moment, that is the game for the Lakers. They need to hold, or they need to get a push. Right now, with only 40 seconds left on the clock, it looks like they're just holding. There's 2 super clams on the side. They can't afford anyone to go down right here. They got 2 people spawning back in. Nobody can get picked off by bombs. There's 1 down already. This might seal the deal as that bubble comes out right there.
Oh, that's 3 players down, and a bubbler, and a splashdown. The basket's going to be open. That's a lead swap with 20 seconds left in the game. The Lakers used a lot of resources just to get that lead, but now it's on France to be in a hurry. It's on France to paint around and prepare the clams. They have a lot of positions so far, but we've seen them struggle to get under the basket. Can they do it?
They're making a push right here for once. They got more in control, and last time they do that, they did get to the point. One going up top right here, trying to get the angle on that pencil, able to get the spot. The rest of the team is down. You needs to give the bomb. That is unfortunate. It would try it with the lucky bomb, and that super is going to break the splashdown to secure the deal. That'll go 2-0. LeBron and the Lakers taking this set for the first 2 games. My gosh, Pat.
Game 2 goes to the Lakers. France, so dangerous, so capable, but not able to get the points they needed, not able to do it when it mattered the most. Very, very well played by both teams, but in the end, it's the same team that stays on top, and that's now up 2-0 against France.
We saw France seemingly starting to adapt this game. I wonder if the rest of the set will be in their favor, but the adaptation mid game is just as important as the adaptation out of game, as it seems like LeBron and the Lakers were just able to once again just maintain that headspace and get in when it matters right there.
And right there, Bomb got in a right position to get the jumps, to get in, but the rest of the team was down. That's so sad, because if their climb carrier gets a bit back and super jumps to Bomb instead, they get the win there. But now it's a different story. It's 2-0 for LeBron and the Lakers, who only need one more game in order to get to the winner bracket finals.
And that game has to be Macomart on Splat. If they're wanting to take this 3-0, that has to be on Macomart Splat Zones. This is this is a very interesting Splat Zones map. I very much think that the Lakers can make great use of it, but I honestly feel like France will have a better time on this map. I just feel like it might suit their play style a bit more, maybe allow them to be a bit more defensive without giving up the space that they need. I mean, hey, if they want to have a chance, they gotta they gotta get this reverse sweeping right now, because it's match point for the Lakers heading into game 3. Seeing any switch ups, we see a switch up to a Explosher and a sticker stamper right here. Not too much changes other than a Dapple Dualies and a a Nautilus. What am I saying on the side of the Lakers? I mean, hey, they got more paint on both sides. I wonder if that Explorer is going to make the difference right here.
I mean, that's very much a change of play by France, who are have a zap as well. That's going to allow them to move a lot faster, and they get the opening wipeout on to the Lakers right now. Dragon going in with the Dapples, able to dance for a while, but being punished. Can the Lakers get back right now? Here comes the Explo, being so dangerous right there. 2 down onto the Lakers again. Make that 3, make that another wipeout, and 50 points left.
Okay, cool. So we weren't even 45 seconds in the game, and there's already 2 wipeouts. So France decided to take my advice about adaptation, both in between games and in middle of game, and said, okay, this is an aggressive team we're fighting. Let's meet their aggression head on. And they're seemingly succeeding. There's only 20 points left on their side. LeBron and Lakers does have a Reef Slider right here, which they are going to do after nearly avoiding that auto bomb. Somehow gets someone right there, the guy behind him, I guess. But in 4 seconds left, that is a wipeout on the side of LeBron. They are able to... But now they have to essentially get this wipeout in order to secure the game, with only 3 points left before France gets a wipeout of their own. That cooler is a lifeline that they need right here, because with how aggressive they are, there's already 2 down on their side, Pat. Oh my gosh, this is a different team.
I mean, France is going hard. France is getting splats, but France didn't manage to get the zone yet. They failed their push right there. It's the Lakers able to hold control this time now. The Booyah Bomb is going to go on the zone. They're punished, but they're still around right now. That's penalty applied. 3 down onto France, but penalty was applied, which means the Lakers will have to wait a little bit more.
It's definitely still possible, but every penalty point they have, it just gives gives France another opportunity to get in there. However, they need to be coordinated. That last push fails because their Explosion went in by themselves, because the rest of the team was not in a good position to push, and their splashdown got countered. 2 down, got picked off individually right here. You have to pick team fights together. You can't fall apart right now. Don't let your headspace slip just because you start to pick up. You got the lead right now. You need to keep it. There's 30 points left for 3v3 on either side. France needs to do something to get out this change. That reef slider might be big.
Oh, that's another punish right now, but there's not much time. Can France get the cap? It looks like they will. They keep the lead, they get control back, but they're still in this fight right there. All of the Lakers are there to defend that zone, to fight some more, but with 2 players down, it looks like France will get control a bit more. Dragon is forced out, is forced back into spawn actually, as France is finally in position, and with the Explosion getting a few splats, they're forced to jump out and prepare a push together.
This Explosion was definitely the change the team needed, as it just allows them to maintain aggression while still having the range that team seems to very much enjoy. Proto right here able to get us splat right now. Splashdown coming back, gonna flip the zone back immediately. You don't get to have this zone while I'm around and Splashdown is available. 2 picks right there. That jump might be secure. It is, but right now it's just a 2v3 right now. France has the advantage. With 1:15 left on the clock, they just need to hold. They just need to make sure that they aren't feeding right here, because feeding allows the Lakers to get back in and potentially secure a win right here. 1 down on the side. Reef Slider coming out. Unable to get the pick there because, you know, Reef hitbox only works when you're not expecting it to. And this is going to be what they need to force France back into base. A minute left on the clock. This is still anyone's game.
Yeah, and right now the Lakers... they know all they need to do is hold, be ready for the next push. The Zuka is deployed, but Zuka is not finding much in terms of splat right there. Now France needs to go in, there isn't much time, the splashdown is ready, here it comes, it's punished, but it's still able to cap, reapply penalty, that's all France needs right now. 20 seconds left in the game. Can the Lakers secure the zone? Oh, it looks like they're able to have a lot of paint around. And France...
That cooler right there was the lifeline that they needed to just allow them to get back in the game quickly. This Booyah Bomb holding this...
Yeah, Booyah Bomb won't be thrown at the zone because there wasn't enough people to paint right now. Not much time left. They're on the zone. 3 players down. Both the Lakers holding are able to take the lead and are going to get the 3-0. But that was a close 3-0, Jack.
Oh, insane right there, Pat. The ending of the game, because you saw the adaptation, like that Explosion was putting in absolute work. 2 wipeouts in the first minute of the game. I thought it was over before it even began. But LeBron and the Lakers, adaptation mid-game is just as important, if not more so. And they were quickly able to see what was going wrong and adapt their play style. They were patient. They were able to like secure the picks that they needed, and they were able to ultimately come away with that game thanks to that patience and that knowledge. And gosh, that is just some classic Splatoon right there.
Yeah, beautiful play by the Lakers right there. As you said, like they knew it was not over. They knew they could get the comeback. They played very solid, and France, I mean, France, they had that huge start of the game, but then they were not really able to push the Lakers out of the zone. They were able to get in to reapply paint, but they were not able to retake control. That whole game, they struggled to really push the Lakers out, and they kind of paid for it. Which means the LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell beat our seed number 2, qualify for the winners bracket finals. Their opponent is not decided yet, because on the other side of the bracket, it's 2-2 between and Blanks. Which means we still have to wait a little bit before we see the winners finals. But we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back when it is ready. And it is time for our winners bracket finals. We have two teams that both got the upset against seed number 1 and seed number 2. On the one side, it is seed number 4 Blanks. On the other side, we've seen them a bunch now. It's LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell ready to fight for the spot in grand finals. Jolty and Jack, are you ready for the next game, which is going to be Humpback Pump Tractor for Rainmaker?
I'm so excited. You don't even understand. This has been this has been in my heart since Splatoon 2. It's been this map mode, and I am so looking forward to seeing it because we've seen how the Lakers play, and I feel like it's gonna be a treat to watch them on this map. I wonder how Blanks will respond to just the overwhelming pressure that this team is able to put out, because just with how fast this team is, it's gonna be real quick. I'm looking out at Blanks right now, just checking out what comps they got. I see a dedicated Dualies Squelchers player, a good skirmisher right there, another Dualies player. A support midline guy, and a seemingly all aggressive, and that guy has a dynamo sticker, which gives me the brightest glimpse of hope I have ever seen in my life of a dynamo at this level of Splatoon. It probably won't happen, but a man can dream. Please.
If it happens, it would be on this map, but
oh, it's a big swing.
Yeah, it has a big swing right there. Blanks, on the other hand, are going to bring Tetra Julies, lots of short range and mid range for Blanks to fight against LeBron and the Lakers. We haven't seen this from the Lakers. They have a sploosh and a big swing.
Yeah, hold on. It took me a moment to realize that it was the Lakers that had the big swing. I assumed it was Blanks because they had the thing. But already we see the new vac coming out and just get some paint already established. But it looks like Blanks is doing a good job of reestablishing this thing. Dragon doing a great job of spacing out right there, forcing their opponent to jump out right here as Lakers hold on to zone control right here. The Zuka hoping to get some shots off, firing towards the enemy team. But unfortunately, Dragon's actually the one that goes down right here. And Blanks responds with a Reef Slider and a Killer Whale. Able to pick off one, but unfortunately two go down. Hey, it's just a little back and forth right now. Those 10 missiles might force you into a place you don't want to be, though.
Yeah, and right now, the Lakers with the vacuum almost getting the checkpoint, but not able to get through it right now. They have 2 players down. Hog right with the sploosh is still there to maintain some chaos. Can they go in? Wait, no, Benny for Blanks is going to grab the Rainmaker. That's not going to move it much, but that's resetting the shield. That's delaying a little bit the push from the Lakers, but the Lakers are still able to get that checkpoint. They lost a lot of players in the process, but getting the checkpoint is so important on this map, Jack.
Very much so, because if you can't break into that little alcove right there, you're not getting anywhere on this map. It is one of the old school Rainmaker maps that's still left, where until you get, there's only one main checkpoint. Once you get through that checkpoint, the world is your oyster. But until then, you have to get through that. Just pressuring that vac right there. Unfortunately, 2 are going to go down on the side of Blanks right there, which is probably going to stunt their push right here. They're just bunny hopping behind this little corner. Dragon hoping to get that big swing, perfect V-flick. Unfortunately, unable to do so. They reset the Rainmaker right here, which I don't know necessarily how good of a play this is, because the Lakers have control of mid with just how much paint they have on it and how scattered Blanks is. But I guess it's better than just leaving it there to explode.
Yeah, right now we're back to a fight for mid, which the Lakers are pretty happy with as they activate the vacuum. They are pushing in. Oh, man, really nice flank by the heavy edit. They grab the Rainmaker. Can they go in? Oh, wait, the sploosh is still there. The sploosh able to get the trade. Trades are so important in this mode. I mean, Blanks still have a lot of control, but now they're forced to wait a little bit before they can get the checkpoint.
Once again, heading to this little right side peak right here. This should give them the thing they need. That's 3 down on the side of LeBron and the Lakers. That's a delayed wipeout right there. This is exactly what they need. They need to break this Rainmaker and just run immediately. Get as many points as you can. They might even be able to secure the thing right there. Get it all the way down to 18. Perfect right there. 2 down on either side. Make it 3 on the side of Blanks. It's just the Gal player. They're able to get another kill though and just hold them off. The movement right here. I'm just seeing them just stall as much as they can. It looks like they're going to be able to get the pop, and that does kill the last member of Blanks. But this is exactly what they need. They have so much, like such a lead, and with how much paint they have on the ground, it'll be hard for the Lakers to get in there. But they can't afford to feed like that. They need to play this smart. Play around with some flanks. Try to get that Rainmaker, such as right there. Be careful for Hog Rider for the counter flank. They are able to get in. That's another wipeout on the Lakers.
Blanks, beautiful team fight once again, are taking control. And I mean, with the lead that they have, they're happy to take the slow route behind. They are taking their time, and right now the Lakers are struggling very much to establish their defense. As they lose 2 players again, this is so rough. Blanks looking to extend their lead. Maybe they're still pushing in. The Rib Slider is there defensively to protect the Rainmaker as Blanks is aiming that KO, Jack.
Yeah, they're very much doing so. They're just they're waiting right here. They have all the time in the world. Them stalling out right here is exactly what they need. Hammer throws from downtown does manage to clip the Gal player, and that will allow the rest of Lakers here to push out. They get the last little support member. It looks like they're heading towards the Rainmaker. Rainmaker's doing a good job of just spacing them out, but does ultimately go down. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. There is a possibility that the Lakers are able to keep this, take this back. Blanks needs to play smart and play together. They cannot afford to drop down right here, but that's 2 down already. And with the checkpoint already secured, this is exactly what they need. The head is doing a good job of just trying to hold them there, but that vac will be absolutely beautiful vac placement.
Beautiful, but a bit early. Won't be able to give the lead to LeBron or to secure the Reaper. That's game number 1 for Blanks. That was fast. That went very fast.
That's why I love this map so much. It's just such an adrenaline rush, because that was the full timer, my man. That wasn't fast at all. That went down to the wire, but it was a ride the entire time. Question that I do not know the answer to is Vac able to absorb missiles? Because that's what ultimately stopped the Lakers' push right there. Was a very well timed missile from Blanks.
It is, but you have to look up, which usually you don't want to do.
Yeah, and also with that headed pointing, you couldn't exactly look up right there. It's just with how narrow that choke point is right there. You can't really afford to spread out with a headed like just aiming down at you. Otherwise, you're gonna get gunned down immediately. So unfortunately, that kill box is what ultimately cost the Lakers the game. But as we're setting up for round 2 right here, we saw their dominance in the last 2 sets. If anybody can do this, it's very much them.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's the first time we see the Lakers being down, losing a game. They've been so strong, they've been so fast. Blanks are able to stop them, are able to put them in a rough spot. And now they have the lead 1-0 going into tower control on Macomouth. We saw the Lakers on this map, not on tower, but we know they're able to get a comeback on here. We know they're able to be very, very solid once they are in control of mid.
Yeah, this is a very awkward tower control map, because so a lot of the checkpoints that stop at are at very interesting spots for both attacker and defender. It's like Hagglefish Market's awkward older cousin, in the sense of just where I feel like the checkpoints are set up, because it's a lot of kill boxes for the people on tower. It can be back and forth, but also since how Mako Marches works normally, if the enemy team is able to get in there and you can't get them out, that's the end of the game. So honestly, I could see the Lakers pulling a very good offensive early on.
Yeah, and we'll see how these 2 teams can do. We'll see if there's a bit of change into comps. I don't think we see the Sploosh coming back. Yeah, it's going to be back to a very classic comp on the side of the Lakers. Though the Emperor Julies, we don't see that often. We're going to have splashdowns, more splashdowns for
and Dragon's just flexing at this point. We saw the freaking not the new big swing, which is what I've been seeing a lot of in competitive recently. No, we saw original swing, but with the buff that we got to Vac, I see why they switched to it. One down on either side right now, just a lot of mid off right here. Blank seemingly does has control, but that splashdown will be able to get a good amount of paint. Two down on the side of Blanks right here. Just a lot of mid off right now. The 3 points on the board only. Right now, it's a lot of trying to secure area. That Zuka does get a shot, and that will be 2 down, which is what the Lakers are going to need in order to start their push. I think this is the start to the long haul.
Yeah, and right now the Lakers are in control of the checkpoint. They get through it. Blank's there to defend, but can they really stop LeBron? LeBron has the Nautilus flanking. They're pushed away by the Crab. But right now, Blanks are struggling to simply maintain the defense. LeBron are simply waiting for a way forward, and they're getting it right now with that splashdown. They're pushing that tower 2 down onto Blanks. LeBron is going to get to checkpoint number 2.
That pencil spot on right tower right here is just such a good angle to poke anybody who tries to come up to the left little platform where the first checkpoint was. The Nautilus up there is able to secure paint as well. Zuka's shot coming out right here is able to clip 1, 3 down on either side, or excuse me, 1 down on either side is a 3v3. The tower was stalled just a little bit right now, but the Lakers haven't stopped their offense. It's consistent. Blanks need to get some specials to push the rest of the Lakers out right here. The tower is slowly returning back to mid, but there's still so much green paint on the ground right here. Dragon coming up, waiting for somebody to come up. Unfortunately, gets down before the splashdown can come out. They need to do this. They got a Crab of their own that's going to push them back. This is what they need to retake mid. They need to stay alive here, Pat.
We've been playing for more than 2 minutes and we've stayed on the same side of the map. The Lakers are so strong, but finally Blanks, not finally, actually Blanks are staying in their spawn in defense mode, waiting again to find their specials, to find some coordination to push in. It's so much waiting on the side of Blanks as LeBron and the Lakers are keeping the tower on the same side of the map, Jack.
Yeah, it looks like they might have a chance right here. It's 2 down on the side of the Lakers, but they just immediately answer back. 3 down. That's good team fighting right there. It looks like they should be able to secure mid. They need to get some paint on the ground right now as the rest of the team super jumps back in, because there's just so much green on the back that if this push fails, the Lakers will be able to get back in. But so far, this is off to a good start for the push. The Crab keeping that pencil in check, just making sure that they can't put as much pressure on the tower as they want to. 1 down on the side, incoming 10 missiles right there. Just good dispersion. Able to get the rest of the Lakers. There's one person flanking around the side that they need to be aware of, but for right now, just the quick pencil dodging. Left, right, left. And just doing their best to weave. And just the movement able to avoid the slider shot for the most part. It does ultimately go down, but this offense is not stopped. They're giving the Lakers a taste of their own medicine right here. Just answering back with a full push of their own. 2 members down, though, thanks to that Zuka shot. Dragon able to get a third. That is seemingly the end. It's just the Dualies who's having to fall back right here. The Lakers have stopped the push with 26 points left, double their current score needed in order to get maintain words are stuttering right now right here. The Lakers still hold advantage by over double their points.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of points is not that important. What matters is that Blanks got through the first checkpoint. Now they need 1 more checkpoint if they want to get back in the game. They have less than a minute to do so. The missiles are going to help them get some territory right there, but the Lakers have a lot of specials ready to defend, and that's 2 down. On to Blanks, make that 3 right now. The Lakers are going to move forward again to establish their special advantage, and with Bazooka being fired again, the Lakers are moving in.
Once again, the pencil at that just beautiful spot, just able to clip anybody who might dare challenge tower from any spot on the map right here. Splashdown's not able to get anyone, but it's doing enough chip to where the head can't poke its head out enough to risk getting shot by the pencil. Cooler coming out right there. Really aggressive cooler placement. There's no one else really there to take advantage of it, but let's see if it is what they need, because it does see it. With only 5 seconds left on the clock, Blanks has to stay on this tower, but with how much movement, Azuka's shot is going to secure it, and if they can get back on, that's 2 down. Make it 3. No, and that's going to be the end of the game right there. Lakers take it, tying up the score 1-1 here in winners finals.
Yeah. I mean, the Lakers took control of this game. The Lakers took control of this map, and we saw Blanks, who was incredibly strong in game number 1. Now on here, they were struggling. They were very much struggling to fight on Macomart, which means we're now at 1-1 between these two teams going into the Clan Blitz game.
Yeah, I mean, hey, so far Blanks has already taken a game off LeBron, which is the more than the rest of the teams in this tournament can say, but they're not going down without a fight. It seems this is a winners finals right now. This is a ticket to win it all potentially. We're gonna see one new map rotation right here, which is going to be Clams on Barnacle and Dime before we head back to some maps that we saw in the beginning of the tournament. Right now, Barnacle and Dime I feel like is one of, if not the best clam mode in this game. It's just I never have a bad time in the sense of not having fun when I play this game. I sometimes get dumpstered on this map, but like it's never in the sense of like there's literally nothing I can do. It's just like you get outplayed on this map, which is just how it be sometime. I'm wondering if there's going to be any main comp changes. I mean, hey, we've seen Dragon flexing this entire tournament, so I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled something else out.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, this is one of these maps that have become a classic. That's very well balanced, where you can have lots of different ways to play it, lots of different teams can strive on it. But one thing for sure is you can lock the other team away from their map. You can lock one team in their spawn if you're able to get the advantage right there. So we'll see how we can go. And yeah, I mean, right now, let's get in the game.
That we are seemingly the exact same comp on the side of the Lakers. Slight change from the side of Blanks with the different dualies, as well as the sticker stamper, one of which is go down. That's 2 down on the side of the Lakers right now. They need to pressure that stamp, force it to retreat. It does, or excuse me, the pencil. Right now, Proto just trying to do his best to survive right here while the rest of the team respawn. Economy count is about the same on either side. That Zuka is going to be great. One pick with the help of the pencil, as well as Dragon right there. Lakers are moving back in right there. That's 2 down on the side of them, though. 3 down on the side of the Lakers. Blank's doing a great job of just maintaining defense, and the movement right here. Oh, the waiting for the rest of the team to spawn is wonderful.
Yeah, right now both teams trying to get their control. Beautiful Booyah Bomb. That's going to be very rough for the Lakers to come back from that right now. Blanks is taking control over the map as the Lakers are trying to find their way back in.
Yeah, they've got a lot of paint on the ground, but they haven't been able to do much with it right here, and it allows the Lakers to come back in right here. They got 12 clams in their possession, but it's a bit scattered right now. They're all pushed back onto that back platform right now. They do have a super clam, but with how far back they're running, the Lakers have been able to retake control right here. They get the 1 down. That splashdown is also going to help secure. Cooler coming out right here. Need that lifeline as Dragon comes in, able to get that pick off of him. The Booyah Bomb is going to make sure that they hold this area and force them back into mid. I mean, right now it's just a lot of back and forth. We're almost 2 minutes into this game, and we have not seen a single clam scored, which has not been the case on any other game that we've come so far.
Yeah, I mean, these two teams very solid, able to defend, but it's 2 down onto the Lakers. Make that 3, and the basket is going to be opened by Blanks, who have a lot of clams ready. That's a quick 50 points and counting.
Yeah.
And right now, Blanks are still around, getting more splats. 30 points away from victory right now. The Lakers are struggling, and their missile basket is going to close. But look at that, Blanks is still very much in control, Jack.
Yeah, Dragon unfortunately not able to get that splashdown that they might have needed to help push them out right there. It's 2 down on the side of the Lakers. Hopefully they can use this rain to their advantage right now. They don't want to be boxed in. I said this is one of the most fun clams game maps on the in the game, and that's true when you're in mid. When you're stuck in your base, it can be frustrating, but right here, the Lakers are able to push back out, which is one of the more satisfying things on this map, I will admit, is breaking a deadlock in your own base. But right now, the advantage is to Blanks right here. They have so much pain, and with this cooler, they got a great lifeline. One does go down, but they'll be able to get back in there super quick. That's another one. 2 down on the side of Blanks. The pencil threatening any movement right here from the headed as the rest of the team comes in right now. Those missiles might be able to push the rest of them back, but it seems like once again the slow but unstoppable approach of the Lakers is just on the way here.
Yeah, and right now the Lakers have the tactical, they have the super clam ready. Can they push forward? It looks like Blanks are waiting for them. The Booyah Bomb will force the Lakers out. Very nice take back of the control by Blanks right there, but they lose 2 players as they try to push in. Can the Lakers capitalize on that? It looks like they're in the right position to open the basket. Oh!
The slider will be huge right here. That does a good job of allowing the rest of the team to focus on the splashdown, and they were able to get the pick. That'll put a stop to the Lakers' call, and that super clam is gone. They do still have pity with 45 seconds left on the clock, but with how fast Blanks are moving back into mid, the Lakers are going to have a hard time breaking back into spawn. This rain is going to have to be what they need to get out there and get some picks, but with 1 down and 30 seconds left on the clock, it's going to be hard fought here, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, this Tetras really shut down the push right there. Now Blanks only need to hold for 20 more seconds, and they're still in position. They have 2 specials at the ready. They know all they need to do is stay alive. Can they hold the defense? Can they hold the line? The Lakers looking to go in, dodging the vessels. They have so many clams, but they need to go forward, and they need to go now, Jack.
That they do, and with how much eco they got, they can potentially do it, but that's 2 down, unfortunately. Dragon needs to play this smart right here. Able to get it. Good dodge roll. Able to secure it in there, allowing the rest of the team to get in. That's 2 down. 3 down on the side of Blanks. They have, unfortunately, the eco is really scattered right now. They need to do their best to funnel clams towards the basket and make sure they stagger the basket enough to where they can keep it open for long enough to extend overtime. 56 points left. 53, 50. They need to keep getting in there. That's super clam, maybe big. Oh my gosh, what is happening? It's 2 down on either side. They need to get in there. The Carlin shuts him down. It is impossible. Hog Rider trying his
That super clam was the lead. That super clam was the game, but they didn't get it in. That was crazy. What a defense by Blanks.
Those two, the Splatling and whoever else was down there was just not letting any. They were just concentrating fire on that super clam. You will not pick this up without immediately dying, and they managed to hold. That is a good showcase of just keeping your head. Yeah, it's overtime. Yeah, they got the pop. Yeah, they suddenly got it down to 50 points, but they ain't gonna get it down further than that. Ooh, but like you said, if they did, that would have been the game for the Lakers. But due to just the how strong,
close.
It was it legitimately. If that headed or the other shooter down there had just missed a couple of shots, the Lakers would have won the game.
That was incredibly close, but that's a 2-1 for Blanks, who are now 1 game away from grand finals. And Jolteon Jack, the next map mode is Rubber Ribbon Zones. I believe that's your favorite.
It very much. Hey, this is the type of set that I would love to play. We got Humpback Palm Trek Rainmaker, we got Tower Mako, we got Clam's Barnacle Dive, and then we're back to Robo Ramen.
The players are choosing the maps. That's why they're getting the maps they want.
They have got good taste right here. It'll be interesting because once again, this is a very dynamic map, and it'll be very interesting to see how.
Jack, you got there.
Any teams like push into either base. So it was really just like a fight for mid for the most of the game. So I wonder if we will see any like combat off to mid or maybe more so on the sides, like off to the far left or right of the map. But I guess we'll just have to see as we head right here. Match point. Match point right here. Robo Ramen zones. Oh, I wish I was out there with them.
Well, not that much of a surprise in terms of weapon. One thing to note is that this map mode was chosen by the Lakers, so they have a plan for it, they are ready for it, and Dragon is back with the Jet Squelcher. We're going to see more of these splashdowns, but with the Jet can paint from afar, which on this map is a very, very big tactical advantage.
Very much so. You can just sit on that top glass and hold strong right here. Unfortunately, Muti was not able to get the kill on Dragon, thanks to a little bit of help right here. But I also understand why the Lakers switched to the Jet Squelcher here, because this is one of the best splashdown maps in the game. That zone is just like absolutely perfect for splashdown. Right now it's just a lot of mid-offs right here, about a minute into the game. That cooler and Booyah Bomb right here might be what they need, as well as that is 10 missiles, wonderful special coordination. Every single special Blanks has, it was just spent trying to secure that zone, and it was successful, but they need to make sure they hold on to it. That's 2 down on the side of the Lakers. This is exactly the offensive push that they need. The penalty is gone. They need to just hold strong right here, but with their offense getting demolished by that splashdown, it seems like the Lakers are going to answer back.
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers able to save their elbow and to get back onto the zone right now. We're in the struggle for the lead. I mean, it's very early, but the lead is still nice to have for Blanks, who are deploying the tactical Dragon, preparing the next splashdown, ready to push in. And as you said, splashdown on here can do the damage, can take the zone. Dragon going in, activating it. Not able to take full control right there, but neutralizing. Can Blanks keep it? Actually, no. They're losing too many players. It's going to be the Lakers taking the zone. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you say that, but then I see a reef slider off the side after coming up, and I was like, well, that zone's immediately back in the side of Blanks, and it is, giving the Lakers a penalty right here. But Blanks are pushed back into their base, and with that penalty, the Lakers just need to sit here and wait. They got a splashdown for when Blanks ultimately tries to get back in. They got that storm, which they're going to spin now. Great little pick right there. Booyah Bomb about to come out right here. They need to make sure they kill that splashdown, which they are able to do right here, stopping and neutralizing, and then ultimately taking the zone before the Lakers can take control. We got 2.5 minutes left on the clock. This game is back and forth right here. I love this map, and I absolutely adore what I'm seeing out there.
Yeah, I mean, we have both teams next to the zone, ready to push in. Blanks conceding the control again, but what matters is that next push. Dragon going in, able to create the aggro right now. 2 down onto Blanks. It looks like the Lakers have the control, are coming back in this game. They're almost done with their penalty. The splashdown will not find the splat and will be punished by the Stamper, but the Lakers don't get the lead off of that.
Oh, that is heartbreaking right there, because that splashdown, if it had been enough to secure them the lead, then it was worth it. But right now, with that beautiful Booyah Bomb and Reef Slider placement, that was able to disperse the rest of the Lakers and force them to just hang back right here. Dragon trying to find an entryway, is able to make it in, but unfortunately gets punished, and the zone is just immediately recaptured. You need to have the necessary firepower to let the splashdown get in there. Otherwise, you're just wasting your life and your special. Only 15 points left on the side of Blanks right there. Great little shot right there from Benji. I don't know if the Lakers are able to do it.
Blanks right now painting as much as they can. They know victory could be here, but with 2 players down, they have to let the Lakers take back control. 1 minute left in the game, Jack. And we'll see if they are able to hold. They don't have that much penalty. They are going to score points very, very soon.
Two specials on the side of both teams right here. Booyah Bomb opted to go out as well as their tactic cooler. Proto just holding on to this Zuka. I don't know what he's looking for, but maybe a good sightline, which he might try to use right here. Yes, he is. That Reef Slider, though, is going to be able to punish it, able to neutralize zone and kill through. Wonderful usage of the Tetris right here. That is going to give Blanks the entry point that they need. Dragon here, waiting for the opportunity to splash down. Is going to spend it right here just to save their life, but unfortunately still clipped, and unfortunately he's not able to get any picks themselves. Hog Rider needing to do what they can. They neutralize zone, but unfortunately it's just immediately taken. They need to use this storm to their advantage. There's only 10 seconds left on the clock. The Lakers need to grab this zone and hold it with all of their might, as with it is going to go into overtime right here. As Blanks falls back into their base right now. They need to play smart, build special. They got Cooler out. That's the first step of their plan. Here they go pushing out right now, but unfortunately their head gets clipped. That is not what they need right now, as the penalty is almost gone. Blanks needs to play this smart. They only got 50 points left.
Well, the Reef Slider is ready, but can they get onto the zone? The Booyah Bomb is thrown. Where are the Tetras? Where's the Tetras? Oh, they were nowhere
They got clipped off to the side. Unfortunately, I saw them trying to set it up, but I think Dragon was able to just pick him off right before the Reef Slider was pressed, and that'll be the Lakers tying the set 2-0. We are going to final round here.
Yeah, one last game to decide it all. And we're going to go back to the mode that started this set. It's going to be Rainmaker, but this time it's not a map that the player chose to go on. It's the map that the tournament decided would be the tiebreaker. It's Undertow Spillway. We've seen it as a tiebreaker earlier, and we know there's going to be a lot of action here.
Yeah, very much so. Well, I love seeing how the players are adapting, not just in like the weapon choice or their play style, but also in the map choice. We saw the Lakers right here. They chose this map because they knew it worked right them. You see right there how the splashdown from Dragon was able to clip the Tetras before they were able to splash down right there. They kept their cool, and they knew that this is the map that they have the advantage on, and they were able to take it despite the overwhelming odds against them. It's anybody. I truly believe anybody can still take this set right here. It really just depends on how they go about strategizing right here in pregame. What comps they choose, how they choose to play this game. Because with how long this map is, it is going to be dragged out to the wire. You will have every opportunity to make the play that is needed to win the game, and you need to capitalize on those moments.
Yeah, every second counts, and especially on the Undertow Spillway. If you blink, you can let the opponent simply get a push forward. You lose a checkpoint, or you can lose a lot more points than that. It can go very, very, very fast, especially with these two teams. These two teams are on fire right now, always ready to push in, always ready to come back. So we'll see how they're able to do on this tiebreaker, which is about to happen in just a few seconds. They're using every second of the weapon select to discuss strategy, to take a breather. And let's get in the game now. As the clock has decided it's time to start playing.
Yeah, this is the tiebreaker game. Winner here goes to grand finals. Loser goes to losers and hopefully has a chance to make it back in there. It's time to see a very similar comp on the side of Blanks. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Lakers, on the other hand, returning to their classic comp that we've seen for quite a while in this game. Early pop right there from the Lakers. They get that paint on the ground, but it's right now just back and forth right here. Or excuse me, Blanks was the one that got that pop. I am colorblind, folks. Not actually, but you know, sometimes I slip up. And right now it's just a bunch of mid-offs just trying to do it. Hog Rider doing his best to hide from these missiles. Unfortunately, brings them to his teammate. Both of them doing a great job to be able to just hold area right here. One down on the side of Blanks respawning. That Ink Storm coming out right here will hopefully be what they need to push as two go down on the side of the Blanks. Here come the Lakers. They're not going to make it pretty this game.
Yeah, right now the Lakers are already getting to that checkpoint, but the defense by Blanks, with all the explosions you can get in the game, it seems, are forcing Epoch to simply move back. They're back into mid. They were right next to the checkpoint, and now they're back into mid, forced out. What a defense by Blanks. Can the Lakers get back in there? It looks like their frontliners are by the checkpoint. Can they get it, though? The Booyah Bomb is going to punish right there. Epoch still holding. There's only 20 seconds left on this clock. Can Epoch stay alive? Not much longer.
One of the Lakers fell off the map right there trying to get a shot, and unfortunately that's going to allow the rest of the team to just come in right here and pick off the Rainmaker. Not allowing them to get that checkpoint is huge right here, as it means they can't get any like big points by doing the shortcut we saw in the first set. Right now, though, Blanks needs to reestablish control. The long-range Zooka shot is able to get a one right there and get the other one off their back. Proto doing a great job just trying to stay alive right here and hold back area because they still have advantage of the map right now. Blanks needs to get some pain on the ground. Their specials cannot be used so willy-nilly. Hog Rider just doing his best just to hang in right here. Just hold down. 3v3 either side right here as we're finally going to see Blanks pick up the Rainmaker, but can they do anything with it as it looks like they're a bit scattered right now?
Yeah, right now Blanks waiting for the opportunity for the way in. They're simply waiting still. They know that they can be very much... I mean, they have their control, but they know they can't move forward until they get a lot. Oh, they're aiming that right checkpoint, but the Lakers are there to defend it. Lots of patience right there. 15 seconds left on the Rainmaker clock. We're close to explosions each time. Both of these teams are so solid in their defense and very patient in their offense.
Very much so. Hey, I love seeing, like, as the designated Rainmaker carrier for my team, I love seeing good Rainmaker movement and, like, shot placement, just knowing that you need to play it smart and you can't do much without the rest of your team because you are a slow-moving target that is known to the rest of the enemy team. Right now, the Lakers once again have control, but that Rainmaker is going to quickly be shut down in their, along with their push. But Blanks right now do not have control of the map. They need to get back in there. There's only 1 minute and 30 left on the clock, and they need to make it to the enemy team checkpoint, or at the very least get 1 point ahead to the lead. Hog Rider getting a very nice pick right there before quickly falling back. It's just a bunch of mid-offs right now. They cannot break the control that the Lakers have in mid right here to go down to missiles, it seems.
Every single attack is flying left and right, but there's 2 down onto Blanks. And the Lakers are maintaining the pressure. Can they get to the checkpoint though? With 1 minute left, that checkpoint would be so much, but it's a bloodbath right here. Everybody's falling down. The stopper is down. It's a wipeout. The Lakers, they get the checkpoint. And with 1 minute left, they're gonna get a reaper. That is huge.
That is absolutely huge right here. Dragon just doing his best just to like secure as many picks as they can right now. This is the offense that they need. They are pushing in, getting so many points right here on this push. They might even be able to get the win. And that is the end of the game, folks. The Lakers take the set 3-2, and they are going to grand finals.
There was so much pressure in that whole game. The 2 teams were fighting tooth and nail for every centimeter of the map, but in the end, once the pressure broke, once the Lakers were able to get that checkpoint, then it was like it was over. It was the chain reaction of them going in over and not stopping, as we know they can do. They struggled, but they did it. We've been following the Lakers, and I'm glad we did, because they get their ticket into grand finals. And what a winners finals.
Yeah, that'll be the end of winners finals. And though Blanks unfortunately went down right there, we will see them at losers finals right here, seeing if they can claw back to try to retake what they see as rightfully theirs. That is going to be all for winners bracket right now, folks, as we seem to be, I think we're going to a break here in just a sec.
Yep. and welcome back to our Paddling Pool 337. I am Pat, still here, but Jolty and Jack had to go for IRL stuff. Instead, we have the wonderful Kion that took the time out of the day to come cast for us and watch the finals. Kion, welcome to Paddling Pool.
Hello, hello. It's you. I was able to put aside time. I'll be back in an hour, and then my brain's gonna be wrapped around semicolons for a day. So I should tell you where my state is. I'm excited. I'm excited to do paddling pool. How are you doing, Pat?
I'm doing great. We've had a crazy paddling pool so far. Honestly, we've only had like 15 teams that signed up, but they've given us a show. Right now, LeBron, Lakers plus Sale are waiting in grand finals. And we have the two teams that are there to challenge them. It's going to be Blanks versus Paris Saint-Glyphus, facing each other to know who is going to get the fight for grants right there. So lots on the line for these two teams. Both of these teams are European players that have been improving, that have been doing better and better. I don't think either of those have the paddling pool badge yet, so that could be big. Oh, wait, no. On the side of PSG, there's some paddling pool, but I think Blanks are still fighting to get there. So this could be big for them. We'll see what they're able to do. Let's get in the first game.
Yeah, excited to see what is gonna happen here in this first game. I am excited to see Glash on that third kit try Slosher with the one that has the fabled screen. So this is one pick I have actually seen when I went to Riptide. One of my pals ran this particular weapon. I love to see how this works, especially with the screen that's available. Other side for Blanks, almost as somewhat standard. You got the sticker stamper and the touch push. I'll talk about that later though, because there is that 3. Make that the delayed wipe. That's gonna open the door for PSG to move forward. There's a screen being used for zoning, and Pat, that's a great start right away for PSG.
Yeah, and Glash going in. This is the last squid standing with the tri-slosher. That's a wipe out. PSG only scoring 20 points, losing a lot of control in the process. Now the big question is, can Blanks play off of this misplay by PSG? Can they come back in there? They've gotten a lot of control and a super clam. Now they need to get to the basket, Kion.
The big thing is that they needed to get to that basket. They did burn 3 specials to do so. The Reef Slider and the Booyah Bomb was used. That's 2 members that already dropped. There is just missiles, but the missiles the pro off in a really bad location. They're gonna have to rebuild it. So positioning shenanigans are basically in play there for Blanks. PSG with a nice little rebound there, and you get to see the members of PSG start to move up to the opposing plat on Blanks, and Dragon is gonna get knocked out. So does Glash. That's both buckets down, and that will be the retreat. There goes the other member. This is basically turning into a fast-paced game, to say the least here, Pat, and it's still just a one-and-done push for the PSG on the board.
We have both teams really taking turns, absolutely slaughtering each other. Now, when will a team be able to turn that into big points? The Reef Slider was not able to get much multi, as not saving that super clam. That's another push by Blanks that doesn't get a single point, Kion. And PSG, at first, their push looked bad, but now 2 minutes into the game, I mean, they're very in the lead.
Yeah, Blanks had 3 power clams that were available. The Reef Slider was a great idea, actually trying to charge right in to clear up the path that Blanks needed. Unfortunately, Blanks not able to get the follow because the rest of PSG had other ideas, able to remove the other members from Blanks out of the picture. So that's a great defensive hold there from PSG. But I still talk about how fast this game kind of feels because both teams are trading blows. Again, both buckets gone from PSG. Blanks, however, is still able to hold off with trades so far, and they're looking to make this push started here. Pat, this could be the opening for Blanks, especially with the Booyah Bomb that's being thrown.
And Blanks are going to open the basket, get the lead. They still have a lot of presence around. If they play the cards well, they could score a lot of points. Oh, the pro on top right there is going to get an easy jump. That's a huge lead for Blanks right now. And Blanks still has control of the map as well. This is looking so rough for PSG right there. Oh!
Oh, and Blanks losing 3 right away is also going to make things a little worse for Blanks' offense to come back. But at least at the tail end of it, they got the lead. Also, great recognition by Hobna to use that free clam back at base from the earlier one and done push, and that allowed Blanks to score a lot of points. But PSG is no strangers to big pushes of their own. They're moving forward with the screen. That's one power clan, and they're going to possibly get the second. No, they will not, because the rest of Blanks is already there to collapse all of them. That looked like a powerful push there, Pat. I thought I saw 1, maybe 2 power clams into the basket that PSG could have cashed in, but it is just the 1. It does close the deficit. The problem is that's not enough for the lead here, Pat. And with about 1 minute and 3 seconds left to go, PSG still needs a few pushes. More importantly, they need a power clam on.
Yeah, I mean, PSG has gotten in, but they haven't managed to really establish themselves under the basket, something Blanks was able to do. Now with less than a minute, Blanks are still pushing. Blanks are back under the basket, ready to score, and PSG are defending as much as they can. The Reef Slider is going in, but not able to get the points. I mean, nice defense by PSG, but a lot of time and resources have been... Oh wait, that's 3 down! It's only the junior! Thanks! They're back on the attack! Can they get... I mean, they're still here!
So here's the other thing you got to keep in mind too. This has to be a strong enough push to extend the lead, which they are able to do just that. But Blanks is able to play the offenses very well. They're able to win a lot of fights across the board. This is turning into total chaos at the last 5 seconds. But Blanks in very good control. The free clam back at base isn't going to matter, and there's actually not enough time left on the clock because they were the ones that scored, and PSG isn't able to get the clam that's on the board. This was actually played at the last few minutes of the match, and Blanks takes home game number 1 here, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you play Clam Blitz, you know. The Lakers were able to... The Lakers. I'm
close.
PSG were able to get in, were able to get a lot of good fights. But when it was turn to transform this advantage that they had into points, they were falling short because they were not able to get control. They were not able to really set themselves around the basket and force Blanks to stay back in their spawn. Blanks was able to do that. Blanks was able to do the cheeky plays, and that paid off. They get game number 1, though it's only game number 1. There is more to go. I mean, Clam Blitz is a different beast. We've seen both of these teams fight very well, so I can't wait to see more of them.
You know what's really interesting, to say the least here, Pat, was probably one of the more entertaining Clam Blitz games I think I've seen in a while. Because both teams were basically just non-stop fighting across the board.
Yeah.
Not one team. You would think that maybe when one team was able to get the push start, they're just able to continue rolling along and get more and get a ton of points on the board. Missed opportunity for PSG at the end, where they could have gotten maybe 1, maybe 2 power clams cashed in, but at the other hand, Blanks had a great defensive hold, and that was the key, and that was the big thing that kind of made the difference. We're on to Scorch Rainmaker for game 2, and Pat, maybe I'm going to be expecting more fireworks here, because this is going to be the same weapon set that Blanks had, and this is not going to be the same weapons. Not at all. Glash has other ideas there, Pat.
That's an L3. That L3 can create a lot of space, can take a lot, and of course, the jetpack can snipe the Rainmaker from afar, which is kind of useful in a good Rainmaker game. Now let's see how these two teams are going to fight for control right there. Now with Tacticular, there are going to be a lot of specials deployed. And it looks like Blanks are winning that first team fight, but will they have the time to grab the Rainmaker and get some momentum before PSG respawns? PSG is forced out right there. Rainmaker is grabbed, but all of PSG is ready to defend, and here comes the jetpack.
Yeah, here comes that Ancient already used, just trying to see if they can get Snipe Hobna out of the board, but it doesn't look like that's going to be there at all. And this is kind of crazy. Like, you see the delayed 3 down that PSG lost, and now they're going to go delayed 3 again. And Blanks is basically winning with a lot of these fights. Bubble is keeping themselves stalling out for time, but Blanks is playing this one very well. They won two delayed 3 scenarios, and they're going to try to go for points. And I appreciate Hobna being patient there. That could have, if Hobna panicked, that would have been pretty bad, and the Rainmaker would have dropped. Pat, this could be huge here with a big push coming in.
Yeah, Blanks is going to get to 36. That's a nice first push. And look, there's still... But oh, wait, no, there's no longer the Tetris behind everybody. Right now, the pop is going to be orange, but Blanks is still around, trying to maintain their presence, trying to keep PSG on their toes. It's working pretty well. But PSG can create the space, can reset the Rainmaker, and now with 2 players down, it looks like PSG are going to get their push.
This is kind of funny that it's actually playing out the same way that we saw in Game 1. Both teams looking for big fights, and it's happening constantly. Wait, what, the Tetris? They actually got the Rainmaker holder, which is actually going to be huge to at least stall up for time. And what we've seen Blanks' defenses do is that it's able to hold firm against what PSG's done. They're throwing the Booyah Bomb, they're throwing everything to make sure this Rainmaker doesn't get picked up. And this could have been a great opportunity there, Pat, for PSG to get a huge push. But the Tetris, that was multi. That found the Rainmaker holder, and it forces the Rainmaker to reset back to mid, and we're back to this neutral game here, Pat.
That was confidence by Blanks. Blanks able to simply move in front of a checkpoint and get that team fight that they needed to get. If they lose that team fight, they lose not only the checkpoint, they let PSG go through, but by being able to, as one, go in front of here, they really surprised PSG and took back control, denied the push. Now, PSG activating the specials, they're getting the splats again. Can they grab the Rainmaker? They need to, but they lost their numbers advantage. Now, all of Blanks is already respawning, already taking back their positions. And, I mean, with that defense, it's looking pretty dire for PSG. Less than 2 minutes in the game.
I appreciate what both teams are doing, looking for plenty of opportunities there. You have who's just trying to look for flanks across the board. And here's Benny's actually trying to get the pick, but not able to land. And that would have been nice to solve for time. But now this is looking to be a clear attack point there. Lionel sends it home. And look at the 3 down here. They're gonna, but the Booyah Bomb is available from later. There's just made the least, and thrown perfectly. Thrown perfectly. The Booyah Bomb is thrown into the area where everybody from Blanks was so clustered, or from PSG rather, and Blanks holds off what could have been a very stellar push from PSG.
Yeah, right now Blanks just able to survive that monster push by PSG thanks to that incredible Booyah. And now they're to the side, they know they can play the clock. 1 minute left in the game. They have to lose the Rainmaker before the end of regular time. But still, they know they can play for time right now as all of PSG is circling onto that spot. 3 down onto Blanks. That's a wipeout. It's not over, Kion.
No, not over. That does buy the time for PSG to basically use their special they need to. They got an ancient, they use the trip trick, and they can just push forward. The Reef Slider does not quite get the pick, and that is enough for the lead change, and that's also 3 members dropping from PSG's, and Drag somehow is still staying on their base rather, and they are going to pick up this Rainmaker. This is basically the last push. Drag is going to go down. Pat, 13 seconds left to go, and Blanks is looking to respond back.
Yeah, Blanks pretty solid right now. They know PSG need to run forward. They're simply holding the Rainmaker on their platform. It's going to be... the lead was taken!
The lead was changed!
I'm an idiot!
Yeah, the lead very much was changed. That was kind of the trick. That was kind of the interesting thing. No worries whatsoever, and Hobna's gonna be the one that's holding on to that Rainmaker for dear life. The problem is right now is that Blanks is getting pushed back, and that's what you need to do if you are PSG. Right there, they did drop 2, they do drop 3. The Booyah Bomb, everything is being placed perfectly, but they don't have much time left on the clock. They have to start moving forward. 10 seconds left. They just had to move forward there, Pat. It's just kind of an unfortunate situation, but also a great hold from PSG. And as everybody's getting caught up to the program there, no worries, Pat. It is gonna be game 2 for PSG. 1-1 tie.
Yeah, I was so confused for a second when I saw the other time. But yeah, I mean, we have 2 teams that play incredibly well. I mean, this was so close in the end, but Blanks, they played the clock, they thought they could hold it, they got wiped out, which was the only thing that could have allowed, like, that could have given a change to PSG. PSG was able to play off of that, to get the comeback, and then Blanks, they didn't have time to push themselves because of that, and they paid the price for their patience.
Yeah, so this is the one. This was the push that actually got the lead change. It happened so quickly too, because the text flew in, and then they said they dropped the Rainmaker. But the unfortunate part of that was that Multi's Reef Slider was just a bit short. Also aided by the block that completely blocked the Reef Slider push there. Great patience. Also a little unfortunate on top of it too. So PSG able to get the lead within the last few moments, and we get a 1-1 here in losers finals. I think both teams are gonna be ready for undertow tower control coming up here soon, Pat.
Alright, tower control on Undertow Spillway, and this team didn't waste a second to get back in there. No change in comp on either side. Yeah, I guess it's working. Both teams were so close to getting the previous game. There's no need to change the comp. Let's get in the game.
You know, so when you see both teams not making changes to the comp, that's when you basically know, all right, if this is a fast slow time, don't expect much in changes, and that's what Blanks is just sticking with what they know. I don't blame them whatsoever either. They won game 1, they were so close to winning game 2, especially with some big plays there from Blader there and Multi with their weapons. So hey, why not stick to what you have? You also have Benny, who's by the way going to be firing these missiles there. They're going to know where 3 players are, which will be huge if they want to use it. The buoy bomb being used for zoning. If they were to throw this buoy bomb somewhere along the way, just not sure where to throw it quite yet. Now they focus it on the Lidl, and now this is a good push coming up here for Blanks here, Pat.
Blanks incredibly strong in that first push. We're not even a minute into the game, and they have 2 checkpoints already and 2 down onto PSG. Blanks suddenly have figured everything out. 2v1. Can they keep pushing? They're super jumping in. That Booyah Bomb is doing so much damage. Blanks back on the tower. They're still going in. They're still getting more now. PSG finally able to defend, but the tower's on the checkpoint. Can they hold? No. Wipe out. Huge first push by Blanks, but PSG is still in the game.
Big thing too, 3 minutes and 35 seconds into that matchup, some people will look at it as like, all right, that looks like to be a solid push, but we've already saw from PSG from the previous game here, Pat, is that PSG also can play this at the exact same tempo, the exact same pace that Blanks is dishing out to them. It's just gonna come down to is your special usage. You have some excellent trip strikes that were available, but as soon as I get into that train of thought, PSG, they were ready to go for the setup. Blanks has other ideas because he just got the delayed wipe. Now they're trying to paint for more coverage. So PSG, they have a lot of time left on the clock. There's no reason to get worried if you are PSG. You just got to be able to materialize a push with 3 minutes left to go in the game.
And right now, PSG defending, bring the tower back into mid. Blanks, I mean, Blanks, they go hard, but every time they get a push, that push is big, but they lose a lot of players as they try to keep the push going. Now PSG able to get some momentum, and momentum is everything in tower control right now. Can they keep the momentum going? No, it looks like they lost 3 players. But Junior is forced out, and then it is punishing the jumps. That is huge. This is Blank's turn to get momentum now.
What? Both teams are just not wasting time. They're just trying to look for the next fight that they can look for. And PSG, you gotta applaud the fact that they wanted to go for two jumps into the tower, just trying to get the push started. But later and Multi were also all over this one. Benny was there too, so Blanks is just ready to fight back with a bigger punch. And I think the Booyah Bomb got an assist on the 2, but PSG also holds the line to stop 2 by themselves. So even with the failed push familiar for PSG in terms of getting the lead, PSG is still holding strong, and they still got time on their side because they got 2 members down, and they could look for another push right here, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, it's still going, still more action coming. The tower is at the second checkpoint. That checkpoint needs to be broken by PSG with 1.5 minutes left in the game. The jetpack trying to establish some control. Multi able to punish it. As the rest of Blanks was defending the checkpoint right there, PSG is forced out. The tower is going to move back into mid. And we don't get to breathe. We don't get to breathe. They're attacking again.
Both teams are just not letting any of us to digest what has happened in the previous fight, because once you get a couple members down, they're just saying go. The answer, we just gotta push that go button. We just gotta move forward and work as a unit, and it's working in ways that we couldn't expect. Now, here's the thing: 50 seconds left to go. All 4 specials were available. The cooler just got used. You gotta pay attention to the bubble. The Ancient's gonna be lost, however. They are gonna use that bubble. They are gonna use the trip strikes, I believe. Yes, but will they be able to get more out of this one? Because these are some counter specials that Blanks is dishing out onto them, and this is starting to be a fight that is happening around this second tower that could be very bad for PSG, and they don't get the checkpoint. They get wiped out, and Pat, 27 seconds left to go. That looked really good from a 4 specials perspective, but Blanks was able to hold them off.
Wipe out, no checkpoint is pretty rough for PSG. They have one last shot. They have one last try. They need to give it their all. 2 players down onto Blanks, though it's not overkill. PSG is back on the attack, back forward. Blanks patient. They know they can't mess up. They need that Booyah Bomb to find the tower. They're waiting. Here comes the Booyah. Here comes the Bubbler. Booyah is thrown in, and Blanks is throwing the players onto the tower, securing the 2-1. Blanks once again is 1 game away from grand finals.
You know, all 3 games, both teams are just playing at a furious pace. They just are wanting to say go, 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 continue to find fights. Ulti at the end, I was getting a little worried there because they were definitely playing crazy, to say the least, in terms of it, just trying to go into PSG's backside, or the back line rather. And the unfortunate thing with that was for PSG in this case is that Blanks also had a Booyah Bomb that was just basically ready to go if they want to use it. That's just the patience that you need. And you already had a huge lead either way, but more credit to PSG looking for the opportunities. Bigger credit to Blanks for staving off this push here where they had 4 specials available. Ancient could have definitely helped, but in this situation, once you're met with the GG Booyah, which is being thrown in right here, it's pretty much game over. That's how you get Blanks with the 2-1 lead, and they are very much waiting for a grand finals rematch.
Yep. But they're not in grand finals yet.
Yep.
They are not there yet. They need to win 1 more. And PSG, they've been fighting hard. They've been giving it their all. Going into splat zones on Mahi Mahi Resort. The map mode that I think is the most balanced and gives us the most intense team fights in the game. We're going to see more fights. I mean, these 2 teams like to go in, like to get in each other's face. This is a perfect map for big team fights.
One thing to keep an eye on here, if you're those tuning in, and especially us who are paying notice, that Multi has dished out the Tetris each matchup. You could see people looking at it as like, all right, that's a reef slider. You can use it towards the zone. You could also see that reef slider be used in different ways, especially with how the map is going to be structured between the 100 to 60 point mark and the 60 onwards. So something to keep an eye on if you are Blanks, or you're people who are looking out for what Blanks is going to do. PSG. Don't count them out quite yet. They have kept things really close. The third one was probably the least close game they've had, but and even then it's like a 40-18 score line. So that's something that you'll need to keep an eye on with this matchup. And I'm sure PSG are wanting to get into Game 5, and Blanks is wanting to shut the door here. And right now, that is a weapon change, if I'm not mistaken, from Blanks. Because I think we saw the third kit pro. This is the vanilla pro. A Crab Tank is now online here, Pat.
On this map, both Crab Tank and the Angle Shooter are good, because once the water drops, this is a wide flat map into mid, and you can get the assist for a lot of team fights. But right now, it's a big slaughter left and right. It looks like Blanks is going to be on top of it. Little forced out with that heavy edit is going to save it for the cooler, for the mates when they respawn. But right now it's Blanks taking a lot of control, Kion. And here comes the crab.
Yeah, here comes the crab. Now Benny's going to use this to try to force PSG backwards. They actually get the pick onto Magno there. On top of it, the Inkjet also drops. So pay attention to the spawns here. PSG is gonna be respawning with the water level about to drop. So this could open up some avenues for PSG to get a contest back. They also dropped the pro. Benny just went down. The blue bomb's being used, but with 40 points remaining, now everything invested into the zone. They have to burn trip strikes. They have to burn every paint on the board to make it count. And PSG, they do get the cap of the zone. They got something to work off of right now because they don't have element points to their name. So if they keep the push sustained, that's gonna be huge. That's not happening though. They lost 2. They lost a lot of control from there, and now we're into this trading of the zone.
Yeah, right there. PSG just got a triple. Blanks just got a triple onto PSG. They're back in control of the zone. PSG is forced to prepare a push together. The Inkjet and the Tacticaler are ready, so we can expect a push pretty soon, but they're kind of forced to wait a little bit. The Bubbler next to the zone. Will this be enough to paint? The Booyah Bomb says no, as Blanks is scoring more points right now. Blanks wants to be done with it, and they're winning the fights right now.
They are winning a lot of the fights that you need, especially with a well-placed win to completely destroy the bubble and destroy any protection that PSG needed. And they're losing too. This is desperation time right now. PSG is going to try to rush into the zone in order to make this one count. They eliminated one. It's now a game of painting right now. PSG is trying to outpaint Blanks, and they successfully do. They successfully outpainted Blanks at the nick of time. Multi's using that restarter to get the quick zone cap back. They wiped them out though, and Blanks can just retry again.
I mean, Paris Saint-Griffiths, they were forced to look at the zone there. They were forced to keep the paint on desperately, and Blanks was able to punish them for it. But we're only halfway through the game. If any mode allows for a comeback, it's splat zones. And here comes the strikes. PSG are still in that fight. They're going in. They want to get back on there. But Blanks are still around with their specials of their own. Can they hold? Oh wait, that's a wipeout! PSG, it's their turn to set themselves in position now.
Yeah, they're trying to be set in position. I think 2 players also picked up the cooler from Blank, so these will be the 2 players quickly respawn on top of it. Pay attention to Magno's bubble here. If Magno's bubble will determine how Blanks may want to approach this fight from the other direction, because now this is prime opportunities here for PSG to force Blanks backwards. But Blanks themselves have 3 specials. There's a Booyah, there's a Crab. They pop 2 specials. The bubble is used to protect it. That is a smart bubble placement, great patient bubble placement, knowing that this was going to be coming. But the Reef Slider is going to force the gap of the zone. They will have to force it the other direction by burning the strikes as well. The specials are being used to get quick cap of the zones each time, but they have to turn it into a sustained push. Blanks eliminating 3 with Magno the only one very much alive and is basically stuck in no man's land because Blade is trying to chase them out. Magno escapes with their lives, but Blank stays off another push, and Blank's 45 plus points in the penalty box. They're trying to get this whittled down and looking for the KO here, Pat.
Yeah, right there. Blanks are in control once again. Going into the last minute. PSG know they need to push hard, but they lost 2 players already. They're stuck in that bubble. The Booyah Bomb is chasing them out. Magno super jumping out. There isn't any time now. They need to run forward. They have no choice but to run forward. They need to take these zones. They're able to. The strikes are enough this time. And PSG are still in the game, but now they need control, and they're able to win the fights.
So the big thing now, coming into the last 32 seconds of the matchup, look out for the Booyah Bomb, look out for the Reef Slider, and look out for the Trip Strikes across the board. 2 specials that can force quick cap of the zones. PSG has 1 for themselves, so they need to rebuild the Trip Strikes available. Blanks has the perfect combination right now to pretty much end it, but they gotta they gotta win a fight and force those specials to be used. Magno is using this bubble right now to make sure they can protect themselves right then and there, and the wipeout is done. 7 seconds left. That is pretty much game. That was a valiant effort there from PSG, but Pat, Blanks punches their ticket to grand finals here in Paddling Pool, and that last 30 seconds is what you needed to do to get the quick zones cap back.
Yeah, John, the first 2 games were close.
Yeah.
But then Blanks learned. Blanks got better, and Blanks adapted to what PSG was doing. And these last 2 games, we saw Blanks simply getting the edge in their pushes, in their team fights, and being able to really take control of this game. That's going to be the end. That's going to be a bronze medal for Paris Saint-Griffiths. But Blanks, once again, qualify for the grand finals of Paddling Pool. They've been in Grands several times now. I don't think they've ever gotten the crown. So going on to the lose side, they have a lot of work to do. We'll see if they're able to fight LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell right after the break.
manifested. I'm like the Mountain King or some shit in another universe. And that deer has some powers. I'm doing this world a favor. Please don't lock me up. I just think the world my thinks is 30 years to life. For that girl to be alive and me to miss my wife. Can't be in a cage, I'm on fire, it's gonna die. I've gotta go and born and raised, I need a butterscotch pie. I'm a star, how do you see? I can only cry and moan. There'll be a friend inside of me. If I drop the fucking soap, I just wanna go home. Wish I hadn't gotten stoned. Now I'm stuck behind bars while my wife is getting boned. Okay, Dot, I'll miss you. Go seal that dark fountain. Also, fuck Sans and his convenience store.
And it is now time for the grand finals of this tournament. LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell, which we've seen run through the winners bracket, are now on the upper side. Blanks have gotten the comeback, have gotten back to grands, back to LeBron and the Lakers. The last time these two teams met, Kion, they went on to a game 5. It was very, very close, but the Lakers were able to get it. Now, can Blanks get the win this time? We'll see. We've seen Blanks get better throughout this tournament. We'll see if they're able to come back and get the win against the Lakers.
I'm sure Blanks is looking for the revenge match in Paddling Pool 3 in this edition of Paddling Pool rather. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see this best of 5 go in directions. I will also note off the I was also going to note here. I look at the LeBron and the Lakers team title, and part of me as a basketball fan is going to have some words with that team, but I'm going to save that for another time.
Okay.
But yeah, both teams having less than 15 seconds left to get their weapons start. I'm sure for some they want to see this and they want to see this be a very convincing 3 games, but I think for all of us spectators here, Pat, they're looking for everybody's looking for 5. So let's hope that this grand finals delivers in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, and let's get right into the game already. Clam Blitz on Scorch Gorge is going to be our first map mode. Yeah, I mean, not much surprise on the side of Blanks in terms of comp. Not much surprise as well for LeBron, the Lakers, the Cell. That's what both of these teams have been rocking this whole tournament. Though we're back to the Frozen Pro this time, Kion.
Yeah, the Frozen Pro, a very popular pick. In terms of its kit, it's a fantastic kit too. You got the missiles and the bomb as well, so it's great to maintain mid range, and then you also can use it to scout out and scout out where the opposing players are, and to space them out where you need to. So I always loved that kit from the bottom of my heart, but even though I couldn't play it. But right now, 3 members down. It's a delayed 3, so LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell are looking to push forward here. They got the power climb actually spawned, and they already started this push off with less than 40 seconds into the game, and it's a 1+3 push so far. But a great hold from Blanks, kind of similar to what we saw in losers finals. And Blanks is able to hold the line there, Pat. It's just the 1+3 push, but at least it is points on the board with less than a minute into the game.
Yeah, right now, nice small opening. That's a small first push, but look at that. The Lakers are still in mid, are still there for the next fight, which means they didn't lose much getting these clams into the basket. Now it's on Blanks to get back to prepare a push of their own, but it looks like the Lakers are still around here. Now the missiles will mark them all and allow Blanks to get some territory. Yeah,
right now Blanks is actually trying to play to get the territory that they need. So 2 members are pushed up, but the other two members of LeBron and the Lakers cell are also distracting the backline, so both teams kind of having the same idea here with what they wanted to do. One on offense, trying to pressure LeBron and the Lakers plus cell. The other defense is, all right, you already know that you've invested two onto our side. Let's just make sure we distract you guys long enough. And LeBron and the Lakers plus cell did what they needed to do. And the power clan, by the way, picked up and already to get two members going down from Blanks. The power clan was picked up and it was dropped as well. So LeBron and the Lakers plus cell are doing their part to stave off a possible push from Blanks. And Blanks is just throwing the Booyah Bomb to get some ground back.
Yeah, these Booyah Bombs have done so much for Blanks, but the Lakers are able to dodge it right now and maintain a lot of presence. Can Blanks go through mid? They're still struggling to do so. Very, very nice defense by the Lakers. Oh, Multivo with the Rift Slider is not able to get the splat. That's too bad. They were on the platform, but they Rift Slid off of it.
Yeah, they just Rift Slider. No, you were not seeing things. In that situation, they used the reason went onto the platform and then just, I believe, had a jump elsewhere on the other side of the board. And right while we were invested in that was the first push, but it's also an immediate wipeout, and that's just bad. For this push to immediately start from LeBron and Lakers plus cell. The missiles are very timely to buy this also time. One member thought the push was started. They just started off the basket. We see you there. We caught you in 4K, but you at least get broken, and it's just a 65 points remaining. Could have been a much bigger push at the end. LeBron and Lakers plus cell got a little too fast for their own good there, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, that push, like, why are you throwing clams? We see both teams kinda a bit too eager to get the Super Clam in, not able to really take control of the basket, and the team that will be able to do that will get a lot. And right now it looks like the Lakers have the best Zuka you could get right there. That's control of the basket, but this time they don't have the clams.
Timely Zuka on top of two. You have one shot, and both power clans, which may as well act as free beacons to say the least, put the Blanks too close to each other. It's just like free shot. You just have to angle it correctly, and that's how you get two immediate splats on board. And that also costs Blanks the two power clamps that they need. Looking at the screen right now, there was no power clamp until that very moment, so Hobnot does have a chance to make the push. They're actually trying to get this push started. They're trying to clear out the space that they need. Hobnot's able to throw that power clamp in, but where will the two clamps come from? That's the big question. LeBron is holding that space for dear life. There's a power clamp that is available. It's at least going to be the OC if they want to use it in. Reef Slider and everything else still is clear out the space, and Blanks is able to hold that push for a little bit longer. That's a lead change right there, Pat. They lose 3, but they get what they needed at the end of it.
Yeah, and with 20 seconds left, the Lakers suddenly need to mount another push. We know they're able to get forward, but this time all of Blanks is there to defend. All of Blanks is painting around, waiting for the mistake from the Lakers. Can the Lakers get forward? They're going to need to get the overtime victory if they want. Here comes the missiles. Can they get forward? Dragon going forward with the pro. The Tetras are already down, and they're getting next to the basket. They have the Super Clam. The bombs are there to stop them. Epoch is not going to get the pro. They miss it, and now they're all looking at that Super Clam. It's too late. Blanks survives that game and gets the first point.
I don't even think they got the throw off there, Pat. They were just splatted like a second before they were about to hit the button to throw the power clam. That was just a little unfortunate there, but more importantly, that was impressive from Blanks to hold that line. And that was really a game of margins, a game of points. Basically, not a big lead in the slightest there from either team until Blanks had that very convincing push by the end of it. And it really boiled down to what it really boiled down to at the end. Even with the wipeout, they were able to still get a power clamp spawn. It was the important special usage. Reed Slider clearing out the space and falling with this one. Yeah, this was the play where they got a little too eager throwing the small clamps, thinking the basket was broken. And they were at the end of it was just a quick one and done push. And this is the push I was referring to right here, because yeah, the reefs are right there, and and that's just a free path to get the power clam cashed in, and you get that lead change right away. Epic was just a second too short from throwing that clam in. I just needed a few more, just needed the space that they need to win it at the end, and Pat, that was a great response from Blanks. As I just saw the LeBron banner right now on screen.
Yeah, but that was game number 1 for Blanks, and given how close these two teams are, that close games is going to count for a lot. We'll see if the Lakers are able to get the comeback. And the next map is Wahoo World for Splat Zones. I guess this is Blanks that chose that. Yeah, Blanks put that on their list, of course.
So, Pat, catch me up to speed here. Do each team just contribute like specific map modes they wanted to contribute to the pool, and that gets picked? Because I'm trying to remember the last time I've had to cast Wahoo Zones, probably in a different league. At this point.
We're going through all modes. With the 5th game would be the first mode again, if we have to. The maps, basically before the tournament, each team gives us the list of maps that they want to play on for each mode.
Gotcha.
So and we're going to play. Each game will be picked by one team. So the Glam Blitz, the map was chosen by the Lakers. This time we're going onto Wahoo, that was chosen by Blanks. And if you've ever seen a game of Wahoo Zone with Tetras, you know why Blanks chose this map.
This makes a lot of sense too, and I've seen a lot of Wahoo Zones. It's very interesting to see it, especially in this in an all mode setup. But more importantly, for Blanks, they are able to get a decent match. This is gonna be a quick lead chain. Nope, I take that back. Maybe this may not be the lead change. They're trying to prove me wrong right away here. As both teams very furious fight for the zone right now, with 2 members going down. Make that the 3 members going down for Blanks. That will be LeBron holding on to the lead. That is not going to be the lead change that I thought was going to happen. Yep. And Blanks will have to reset here, Pat.
Yeah, being able to push the other team out of top mid is very, very important. It's hard to get back onto the map once you're pushed out on here, and now Blanks need to be patient, need to know what to do. Here comes the Rift Slider. Oh, but it's not enough to cap. Oh, they missed the middle of the zone. They were not able to get it. The Lakers will keep the zone, and that is huge after punishing the Tetra right there. Now Blanks need to paint the zone and Mano, and they lost too many players. Lakers right now doing everything perfectly and punishing every single move by Blanks.
That was basically the prime opportunity for Blanks to get the immediate cap back, especially if you're playing for the Reef Slider right there. They are able to eliminate 2, but that was a lot more points. That was burned right there. The wipeout is going to at least extend this push a lot longer right now, and Blanks, more importantly, getting out the penalty points. They're going to have to play this one a little bit more aggro. Expect some of the specials, especially the Reef Slider, to zone out LeBron and the Lakers at this point. LeBron Lakers, they got a 10 of missiles. They could use it to scout where the members are, and also use it to space out everybody else. They're gonna use it right now. They know where the members are. The patience right here, I believe, is with the communication. And Pat, this could be a furious fight for the zone coming up.
Yeah, right now Blanks trying to hold that zone. They don't want the penalty applied. That's a nice Booyah Bomb to force the drop out, but can they punish though? Oh, that was a rough drop. They can only get a trade, and the Lakers are going to get the zone back and punish the jumps as well. This is the Lakers taking back control of top mid. This is really looking like it's the Lakers map.
That was a prime opportunity by Blanks to get 2 members out of LeBron, and the Lakers plus Cell gone. But Hobna was 1v2 with their heavy-headed, which may have a little bit of wind-up time, and that just made things a little bit worse for Blanks. They lose 1 by themselves, but they do have 2 specials that can force cap the zone. They're gonna have to burn it right now. There's the Booyah Bomb. They have to shut everybody else out. The 2 members have gone. The Reef Slider is not used because I believe Multi just went down on top of it, and LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell forces the 1-1 tie, and they take home game 2 here, Pat.
Well, both teams have beaten the other team on their pick. But now we're going to a map that both teams have picked, which is Tower Control on Hagglefish Market. There's a reason both teams have picked this one. It's very much a classic. It's the kind of map that everybody knows, everybody has a plan for. So get ready for very much like these teams doing the plan that they've rehearsed a lot of times.
This is the tried and true map mode. Everybody knows Hagovish market target control off the top of their head or in the back of the. You know every analogy in the book I could easily say here, Pat. But to say the least, with what Blanks has dished out, the Sticker Stampers has that GG potential, but there if Blanks is able to get a strong push right away. But for LeBron and Lakers plus L, they don't quite have any of that unless they opt to flex over to a weapon that does help aid for it. So look for LeBron and the Lakers plus L to possibly get an excellent push going right away and try to get the first start of the game. Trying to get the first start of the game. But
yeah,
this kind of feels very reminiscent of the previous set where we kind of see this back and forth between both teams.
Yeah, and I mean this far in the tournament, the team that still has some steam, the team that's still able to adapt a little bit, learn, and find the counter to what the other team is doing, will get the victory. Right now we are 1-1. The Lakers able to counter Blanks on a map that was favoring their Tetras very much. Can be pretty happy with that. Now going onto a more linear map, we'll see how they're able to do. One thing for sure is that tower control is the mode of momentum. It's the mode of whichever team is on the tower right now is very dangerous, can go very, very deep in. Actually, I think these two teams met when these two teams met in winners bracket, in winners finals. This was the tower game. No, it wasn't. Okay, no, I'm confusing my teams. But yeah, we'll see how these teams are able to do Kyon going into tower control.
I do not expect Blanks to make too many changes into their comps. I wouldn't be shocked if I'm going to be the same on the other side. Yeah, both teams just going to stick to what they know best. So this is basically the same idea. So Blanks, if they get a really strong push out of the gate, this does set them up for the GG boy that they can use at the end. Yeah. But they got to get the lead first. That's the big thing. So look for Blanks to try to set tempo. Maybe look for the first initial push that they can get right away, because they are able to win out some of the fights that they need, and that has so far somewhat worked out for them. The 1-for-1 trade is going to slow both teams down a bit, and LeBron and the Lakers plus are trying to fight on this left-hand side of the map. The Booyah being used, there is a trade on both sides, and at least for points on the board, LeBron and the Lakers plus will be the ones to touch the tower.
Yeah, they're getting the tower, and the fight is still raging on, though. 3 down onto the Lakers. The Nautilus is still there, but that's a delayed wipe. Everybody is back in the fight. This time, Blanks are going to try to push that tower, but I mean, everybody's respawning so fast, back in the fight so fast. Just getting the first checkpoint is going to be a big deal.
It's going to be a big deal right now, and they got that Booyah just waiting to use it patiently there until it's the right time to use it, and I think they might be looking for spot. No, just using the main weapon. They didn't even need to use the Booyah at all to push the pencil away. But at the end of it, though, we're just kind of stuck into a very neutral game. This cat and mouse chase of who gets that first push, the main advantage started. And this restarter is just going to run into the terrain. Multi probably didn't want to use the restarter in that particular angle. And all that being said and done here, Pat, the tower is kind of stuck at mid, and we'll have to wait and see which team gets the push.
Yep, right now we see teams struggling a bit, fighting and forced away. The Lakers, I mean, they're on the tower right now. It's still very much a stall for mid, but the Lakers are on that tower, are getting to that checkpoint. Can they go through it knowing a Booyah Bomb and missiles are coming?
Yeah, that's going to be the ultimate question, is if this deters LeBron and Lakers plus L, because the missiles and the Booyah Bombs were being used, and it does seem to do just that. Pat, I'm trying to remember the last time I've called a Hagelfish market target control map where the first checkpoint wasn't even cleared halfway into the game. It feels like it's been maybe a handful of sets ago for me. Yeah. But hey, it's only fitting because both teams are still playing... Are still playing to look for those advantages, rather, and they just aren't able to break through quite yet. I wouldn't be shocked if the one big fight that could happen right now, especially with LeBron getting the two members down, is going to be the case, because both teams have been stuck in neutral for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, that first team fight hasn't stopped. We're still in it right now, and here the missiles are going to slow down the Lakers, but the Lakers are on the checkpoint, forcing their way forward, and it looks like they are so close to getting it, but they're not there yet. 2 seconds left, and blanks are shutting them down. At this point, denying the first checkpoint is getting a bigger and a bigger deal, John. It looks like this checkpoint is going to define the game.
So forget about any idea I was going to say about the second checkpoint being treacherous. Apparently it's the first checkpoint between these two teams. Just move one checkpoint earlier. Apparently that's the biggest problem that both teams are dealing with. And it's a testament to how equally matched everybody is. Everybody's just trying to burn specials. It's a very stally game so far. Missiles, I think, are also deterring both teams from pushing further as well. So it's just kind of aiding to this kind of the stall fest that we're seeing right now as the restart doesn't get the pick right away. Blank's losing 2. Hama's the one that's right in this tower right now. This could be huge points on the board if Hama's able to stall it up much longer, but they were the only ones alive, so they are gonna have to retreat. And Pat, a minute left to go. I guess the bigger question now is who's gonna be the one to break through the tower.
I mean, blanks are still have the tower there, and they're dancing around. They know they're so close to getting it, and just getting the checkpoint would be huge. They get through it with less than a minute in the game, and they're still pushing forward with the Tacticooler. The jumps are coming in, but it looks like they're gonna be punished. It's a wipe out, but I feel like that wipe out was worth it for blanks. Now it's on the Lakers to push in to get the checkpoint that has eluded them the whole game.
Don't be surprised if Blade with that Secret Sandwich is going to hold on to the Booyah until it's the optimal time to use it. This is what Blades is waiting for. Is likely going to use that Booyah Bomb to throw right into the tower. So what LeBron has to do is push everybody back and try to avoid points from leaking. Blade may not even have enough time. The problem, because this is the first checkpoint being cleared right away. They're being pushed back. The Booyah Bomb has to be burned very early because this is starting to get a little bit more treasures than anticipated. They eliminate 3, and LeBron is able to get the lead, and that is game. And I see what Blade was trying to do there. The GG Booyah was going to be waiting in the wings, but they waited way too long, and LeBron just forces their way through, and that's how LeBron and the Lakers plus L gets the 2-1 lead. And if I'm not mistaken, that tournament point will be coming up for LeBron and the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, they are on winner's side, which means they only need one more victory to be your battling pool champions right now. Blanks struggling once again. I mean, that was another close game, John. That was, again, until the last minute, it was anybody's checkpoint. And then in the last minute, both teams broke. The pressure got through. And blanks, after they got that first checkpoint, tried to get to the second. Tried to get through there, and they got wiped because of that. If they move back and they're like, oh, we have the checkpoint, we can just paint for specials and deny the next push, that could have been a very different end. But now LeBron, the Lakers plus Cell are in the lead, one game away from being your champions, and only need one more W. Going on to Rainmaker on Museum d'Alfonsino.
I don't be shocked if we're gonna barely see any changes, even one flexible weapon change in terms of the main weapon kits. So that's the big thing we're gonna be keeping an eye out here. I want to go back to that previous game because I was calling out Blade was definitely playing far back to play for the GG Booyah. I think we were seeing that from the go, but when you're playing that far back, you're not kind of playing towards to what your team wants to do, and that's unfortunately the scenario that played out, is that the defense just broke open too easily with 8 seconds left. So now you're coming to this Museum Rainmaker game where, again, I don't expect to see too many weapon changes at all. What is your way to force a game 5 if you are blanks in this situation? You are able to win out the fights. You are still looking for skirmishes. So at the end, I kind of expect to see I will expect to see Multi try to look for picks, or trying to look for picks either with their restarter or looking for skirmishes that they can win. That's the key things we're looking out for in this Rainmaker map here, Pat.
Yeah, and Rainmaker is probably the most volatile mode you can have. Anything can happen right now. They're not able to Yes, they were able to deny the checkpoint right there with a nice flank. It looks like the Lakers were not gonna take the point yet, but there's a lot of control for purple, which means the checkpoint is still in sight for the Lakers. Blanks are kind of to the side, not really able to maintain cohesion. Rainmaker is going to go back mid, which will give them some time, but they need to defend as a group.
That's kind of an odd interaction, actually. The jump was landed just enough to get the points remaining, but because of where they got splatted, the Rainmaker is actually spawned right on top of the main spinner there, which meant it was such an awkward Rainmaker hold. I think the smart thing to do if you were either team is just let it reset and try it again. And LeBron, the Lakers plus Cell, that's immediate points, but not the checkpoint quite yet.
Yeah.
And they just maybe enough rotation. Great use of the squid jump. And again, they don't pop the Rainmaker. And the exact second time. Yeah, that's okay. So I wasn't going crazy there, Pat. I think they're going for the dunk. And somehow they don't know, the Rainmaker doesn't know where it needs to be placed, so it's placed in the spinner once more for the second time. That is an interesting interaction that I don't think any of us were expecting.
Yeah, that's because the Rainmaker goes back to where the last spot where your feet were touching the ground. The checkpoint itself, which was jumped to instantly, doesn't count as your feet touching the ground. It counts as a wall, which means, the Rainmaker is back in there. And honestly, if they did like shorter jumps, they would be more dangerous in a way. They could keep the Rainmaker there. Now, Rainmaker is back in mid, and we're still very much tied. It looks like Blanks has a bit of control over mid, but they don't have enough to grab the Rainmaker. They still have to wait for what this next team fight is going to do.
Again, for Blanks, that's probably an okay spot. Yes, you're only 60 points remaining, but more importantly, the checkpoint not being cleared is going to help your cause just a tiny bit in terms of tiebreaker, in terms of the tiebreaker that could play on a Rainmaker. So something to keep an eye out on if you want to get that first push in. But again, look for the coordination with the Booyah Bombs and the Reef Sliders that could be used in conjunction. They had to use the Booyah Bomb for zoning and for control of the map back again. So both teams just not able to quite break through just yet. And that is a Zuka that goes right into the face of the Frozen Pro player there. And so far, both teams are just stuck in neutral. And again, the first checkpoint not quite cleared yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the way right there. I mean, neither team breaking the checkpoint has been like the theme now. We've had that on tower control, we have that again. Oh wait, no! This time they touched the ground. At least the Rainmaker is right next to the checkpoint, but there's 2 players down on to the Lakers. Blanks is going to regain control of the Rainmaker, but now Blanks, they're going to need to score some points if they want to be in this game. Forget the checkpoint, just get near it, that could be enough.
I mean, right now, this could be the opportunity because the restart is being used to zone them out. The Booyah Bomb is being used perfectly, and that is the first checkpoint. They get the lead through the animation, so now it forces LeBron and the Lakers to now get the checkpoint themselves, but it's the exact same situation. The 3 members that dropped from Blanks, this could be a prime opportunity right now for LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell to get the first points. Now the feet are touching the ground. That's the checkpoint being cleared, and again, you overinvest through the first checkpoint, and now you're playing from a possible deficit here on defense. You lose multi, that's the lead change, and Pat, this could get out of control in a hurry.
The Lakers right now are looking at the victory. That's a wipeout, and that's padding pull 337 won by LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell.
Oh, that is just a bit of an overinvestment on the first push from Blanks. I get why, because it was about a minute plus left on the clock to get the checkpoint. You get the lead then and there, but you lose way too many members on aggro. LeBron, the Lakers plus Cell, apparently took that push like, okay, no, forget it. We're going to get the KO right in front of you. And Blanks just now having to reset everything back on defense. It just opens the door for LeBron to the Lakers to take this one home. Pat, that was kind of a nutty finish in both games 3 and 4, and I've learned more about the interactions with the Rainmaker in this map apparently. So that was a fun map to watch. But more importantly, congratulations to LeBron and the Lakers plus Cell.
Yeah, I mean, 2 games in a row we have teams struggling to get somewhere, and then in the last minute everything happens, but the Lakers get a comeback and win the game. I mean, that was quite the tournament, Kyon, and I'm glad we got to watch it together.
I'm kind of glad I got to watch losers finals and grand finals, not just winners grands in that case, because these were amazing back and forth sets that I was able to watch here. There's the wipeout. I still can't believe they turned that from losing the checkpoint to getting it all the way home. That was crazy to say the least. So hey, congratulations to both teams. And you can tell with everything on the screen right now. Maybe it's maybe we're having a little bit of celebration, or we're losing our minds here today. Maybe it's both.
Yeah, it's been a lot, but it's time for us to say goodbye. And before we do, Kyon, where can you plug yourself? Where can I find you on the internet?
Well, you can find me probably trying to type out semicolons in front of a text editor here for the next couple of hours. But if you want to find me for actual commentary or anything unnecessary to post on the internet, you can find me on Kyon2570 at Blue Sky and on Twitter, and also follow me on Twitch as I do stream from time to time. Pad, just take us home. Where can the people find you?
As you can see on the screen, you can find me at Padgerton on Blue Sky. You can also find me at Splat Vibes this weekend if you're near London. So please come say hi to me if you come to Vibes. I'll be delighted to meet you. And yeah, that will be us. I'd like to give a special shout out to our wonderful observer, Jorian. And yeah, stay tuned for the raid. We'll see you in the next